Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Geeks Forever podcast. I am your host, uh, Jesse Goku, also known as King Mexico. And joining me as always is, uh, you know, Jace.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't know, your fucking background's throwing me off.
On location in Honolulu.
That's right. And the man with
Something
the
else.
plan that runs the skinny, Sonic.
Hi.
The one,
Hello.
and the one, the only, the infamous, who eats $45 sandwiches and soup.
Salad.
SJ. I thought it was a salad. I mean, it was a salad, right? Or was it,
It was
a
a
sandwich?
meal.
Salad, a sandwich, dessert, and something else.
I
don't
knew it was
remember.
like at least 3 items.
Yeah.
Bold claim. It doesn't count though. That was
It's-
mostly salad and you know it.
No, because it alternates between a sandwich and a fucking salad. So
Correct.
I have not been wrong, but I haven't been 100% correct.
Par for the course.
All
I
right.
might be wrong, but I'm not entirely wrong.
That's right. I'm not like a full idiot. I'm missing parts.
There you go.
You have for the same idiot.
I
Batteries
stole
are not
that,
included.
by the way, from Jeepers Creepers 2. The second one where they stopped the station wagon in the middle of the road for help, and
The
then
bus. It was a bus.
no. There's a station wagon with the bumper sticker that says,
yeah.
"I'm not a complete idiot. I'm missing parts."
Oh,
And
that's
then
right.
they-
Yeah.
Then they show it later on that it crashed into a tree.
Because they were eaten.
Yes, they
It's
got
like
it.
the I'm not lazy. My life hasn't finished downloading yet.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. They turned that old couple into manwitches.
Holy shit! Fucking eater.
All right, Sonic. So what's with the skinny today?
Well, what all the stuff that's go. Okay, well, I gotta give you some news that just came out, but I could, basically that's happened early in the day because right now there's been a lot of announcements coming out, especially with the Game Awards today and Disney's Investor Day going on today, and there's been a lot of announcements from that. But I could give you some that happened earlier today. For starters, it announced that Sonic the Hedgehog will be having a Netflix series in 2022. It will be animated, CGI. Not much details. All we know is that Netflix deleted the tweet earlier today, so maybe it got leaked early. We don't know. Maybe they're supposed to reveal it during the Game Awards. And speaking of the Game Awards, earlier today, Nintendo announced that a new Smash Brothers character was going to come out. And the first thing they showed of the Game Awards was that character. And that character will be Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. And basically, we don't know the day it's going to come out. He'll be coming out this month in December. They announced that next week on the 17th, Mr. Sakurai, the director, will be showcasing Sephiroth and most likely will announce the date when he'll be available to download. And like I said, there's a lot of breaking news coming out throughout the night because the Game Awards and Disney's Investor Day. There's just a lot of them, so we'll just try to keep up as much as I can. So that's why it's a small skinny today.
Keeping your finger on the pulse.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was more.
No, that's pretty much it. Because all the stuff, it's just like it's not gonna be as skinny. It's gonna be like pretty much
The
2
show.
hours. If I yeah, that's the whole show.
I mean, there's nothing
Did
wrong
Crash
with that.
win Game of the Year?
No, not yet.
No,
They haven't announced that yet.
that's the last award.
Holding out.
Yeah, he's gonna cash in. The guy in the crash suit just cashes in.
I've been watching there's a clip from like 2 years ago, and it's the voice actor of Kratos from God of War 4,
Mhm.
and,
Mhm.
and it's just him and the kid actor, and he's like,
Yeah.
they're giving away the award for content creator of the year, and then he just kind of stares at the kid and he stares at the audience and he's like, "Read it, boy," and then everybody just goes fucking nuts.
He said the line.
Yeah, it was fucking great. I rewatched that like 10 times. I haven't played God of... I fucking own God of War, which is...
And you haven't played it.
I haven't fucking played it.
Uh-huh.
So that's probably what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm probably going to end up... Or Saturday. I'm probably going to end up playing God of War. And there's a couple other games that I have... That I fucking got. Like, what else did I get? I got... Jedi Fallen Order.
That's a good game.
Resident Evil 3.
Yeah,
And Ghost of Sushi.
that's a good. Yeah, that's currently a Game of the Year nomination.
I have yet to play any of these.
How much did you pay? Did you pay full price for Resident Evil 3?
No, these are all. It says new on here, but I bought it used. I got the. I did it during Black Friday for the. I think it was
Okay.
buy two get two free.
Okay. Because
So-
I know, Resident Evil 3 was like $20. On Black Friday.
These guys came in there too. I think.
Running
Goku-
out of shelf space.
Yeah, I really am. I don't fucking. But like the reason why I got him because this Goku right here, he normally goes for like $60, and they wanted $25 for him. So I was like, holy fuck, that's a fucking
Yeah,
steal.
that's a deal, yeah.
And then the Trunks was the same price, and he's almost the same height. I ended up getting this that I'm not gonna open.
Oh, the advent
Event
calendar.
calendar.
Yeah, it's some kind of fucking advent calendar. Like you're
That's
supposed
literally
to,
what we just said.
like no, I know, but it's like you open each slot and it's like some story about Jesus and parting the Red Sea, and I don't know,
Yeah.
That
That's,
was
Goku could part the Red
Moses.
Sea.
whatever. Something
yeah,
about-
Jesus Kamehameha through.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't know. Like I don't look.
Jesus walked on
I never
water, he didn't
claimed to
part
be a
it.
good Christian. Okay, I know it was something about Jesus and some dwarves and a poisoned apple. I'm not sure how that fucking works.
Poison apple.
Story checks out. I remember
that's
it
about-
fondly.
I mean, it makes
That's about
sense, right?
That's
Jesus
about
had
it.
ivory white skin. That's what I remember.
I swear to God, I thought he was like brown or some shit. Never
He's
mind.
supposed to be. Anyway.
Anyway, so I digress. I got a few things for Black Friday that were on sale.
And you haven't played any of them.
No, yeah, I haven't fucking played.
Yeah,
it.
don't worry. I don't. Yeah, it's not just you. I got Avengers for like $25, and I haven't even touched it yet.
An
I got
excellent
some,
addition
like-
to my collection.
I got like, and this is what really fucking pisses me off because this is from the warehouse. I bought Resident Evil 7 and it came like this.
They do that a lot.
They didn't even like protect it. They just threw it in the fucking package like frisbee.
Yeah.
And then I also got some Switch games.
Oh, Mario U Deluxe and Zelda. Nice.
This one is not. This one involves a lot of walking around and not doing shit.
Yeah, it's
Walking simulator.
It
Really,
really
that was that
fucking
other
is.
game.
There's a goat simulator.
Ooh.
yeah.
There's also
Is it-
there's also a shark simulator, but it's called
And-
Maneater.
And a bee simulator.
There's a bee simulator.
Yeah, you play as a bee.
There's a dude simulator.
Uh-huh.
Is a dude.
It's called Cyberpunk.
No. There's legitimately a game called Dude Simulator. It's on Steam and it's really shitty. What else? There's a fucking game called I Am Bread,
Hmm.
and it's about you being a piece of bread and you have like this fucking adventure, and apparently the game is hard as shit.
SJ's got the new game system out that just came out. It's VR. I know that, but it's really expensive. and it's
The $300 Oculus.
No, it's more expensive than that. It's the 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house edition. Where you just live in a house now.
ah.
Yeah, that's the Sims expansion.
It's not very
You
portable.
made me actually believe that SJ actually went out and got an Oculus. I'm like, really? Out of all the fucking
Yeah.
things in the world?
It's about a house.
I would think SJ, yeah, not only that I didn't want to like say that SJ got a house because it's her business, but like if anything, she spent way too much money. Like she's already spent a lot of money, but if she was going to spend $300, I think it would be like on a Switch
Why?
because it's more of a party casual console.
Yeah, but if you had your own
Like,
VR
if you had people
system in your own
over.
house, you could go wherever you want.
If you have a what?
A VR system and there's nothing else in the house.
The
you just
only thing
do whatever
that's
you
like
want.
its own console right now is the Oculus, and it's $300, and it's like $300 just to play a shitty Star Wars game and do VR chat
Beat Saber.
and
Saber.
beat fucking Saber every.
Star Wars VR. That's the Star Wars VR. Beat Saber.
It is. It's. I don't know. I was looking at the Oculus, and it's. I don't know. I don't think it's worth the $300.
You just saw the appeal.
I didn't see it because I can get the PlayStation VR used from somebody for like $100.
It's got Iron Man VR and all that.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of like, I don't know why they put Tekken in VR. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not gonna actually punch somebody in the face. At least not on purpose. At least
I like the idea
I don't
of VR,
want to at
but
that point.
now like a VR convention, that'd be pretty fun.
Like the VR. Edgar said, "Oh, okay. So we forgot to address the comment section. Chad says,
Pachinko.
"Hey, Pachinko's here. Pachinko, we need you to come and harass SJ.
It's not what SJ needs.
Come on, everybody
There's more
needs
cowbell.
everybody needs a distraction. I don't understand that reference.
Sorry, no lag.
I don't understand the cowbell. Somebody's gonna have to explain the fucking cowbell thing.
Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
From Saturday
okay.
Night Live.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's a Blue Oyster Cult thing.
Will
Uh,
Ferrell.
And Edgar says, VR chat is pretty dope if you're just talking to people.
Yeah, that's where the
Ugandan Knuckles thing
Ugandan
started.
Knuckles came from. That one.
Yeah.
The fucking. My name is Ile. Do you know the way, my brother?
The Queen.
E-
There's not the Queen.
I
Speak
have
on.
not done. I have not done the VR. I've never done the VR chat, but I don't know if I know anybody that's done the VR chat. I think Edgar's done it in the comment section.
I know loads of people who have. I would use it, but I don't know if my laptop would handle it.
Just buy the Oculus. I mean, isn't the Oculus like its own console? Speaking of which,
No.
Google is practically giving away their
Stadia.
Stadia controllers and hubs if you just subscribe to their Stadia subscription, which is like $60. I don't know. It's expensive as fuck. Unfortunately, though, if you have internet with a streaming cap, it's not worth it at all, considering the fact that the games take up a lot of streaming data. And there are still internet providers that have caps, like Comcast has like a terabyte. And you might think, oh, fuck, terabyte's a lot. Not when you're playing video games. We found out the hard way that our fucking Comcast has a fucking cap when I got my PS4 Pro and I had to download all my games to my 4 terabyte hard drive. And then, like, we found out, like, in a day, like, all my fucking games almost fucking, they went over our fucking cap data, so.
They throttle you.
And we still had like a week and a half before the bill fucking recycled, so we had to be careful with the internet data because they would charge us a shit ton of money just to. I think it was like $60 for like 20 gigs. 20 gigs ain't shit.
Gross.
20 gigs is like a whole fucking day of just sitting on the couch and watching Netflix, or if you're high, just scrolling through Netflix trying to watch something to watch.
I don't want to watch this. I want to watch something else.
You ever gotten food and you just want to
Yes.
sit there and watch Netflix and you're just scrolling through Netflix and by the time you find something you're done?
Yes, but I also eat really fast, so that's not hard.
Or like
Opening credits and done.
or you're like going you do know what you're going to watch, so you're eating, so the credits are still rolling for like the opening credits, and then all of a sudden you're done and you're just like, oh,
Still hungry. Goes for it.
dude. Speaking of which, I'm going to say something controversial.
Don't start a controversy.
Not every Whataburger is created equal.
I know you said that already.
You said that multiple
No, but
times.
Yeah,
we went back and like during the day, and it just
You
I don't
gave
know,
him another chance.
I gave him another chance, and it felt like they phoned it in.
Little did they know you were the secret critic.
I fucking will criticize them, like, and they got competition, dude. They're next to a fucking Chick-fil-A, so they need to step up their game. And then they're less than a mile. They're less than half a mile away from a Raising Cane's, which fucking pisses me off. And then the Raising Cane's is like a block away from the Popeyes, which is next to a fucking McDonald's, and then it's right across the street from a Taco Bell and a Burger King.
It's called a city. Buildings are next to other
Why
buildings.
is everything a block away though?
Because you can't put it in the same building.
Why is it all so close? Like I don't go to any other neighborhood and find all of that all in one fucking within a block radius of each other.
That's how it is where I'm at.
There used to be a Carl's Jr.'s, but they went out of business. Did
Yeah,
all the
like
Carl's?
every- What?
Did all the Carl's Jr.'s go out of business?
Yeah, the
No.
ones near me, they did.
Not all of them. I have some here.
The Carl's Jr. that was over there in I-10. Now it's a Taco Bueno.
Taco Bueno. I feel like that's just I always like I heard Taco Bueno. I'm like, isn't that the restaurant that they had in Kim Possible?
No, it's Nacho Bueno.
I thought it was called Bueno Taco.
No, it's Nacho Bueno Nacho.
Bueno
Bueno
Nacho.
Nacho. Just the play.
It's a fucking. It's not real. But Edgar says they had another server that was a club, and all we did was play drinking games, so that was fun. Oh, he's talking about the VR chat. Can you
It's like Discord, but physical.
with
Yeah,
physical?
you could import your own models. and
Is
all
it
that
like
stuff.
Ready Player One?
Kind of like the Oasis?
Yes.
Actually, they showed that yesterday on TNT.
Really?
Right after Dynamite. They're like coming up next. Ready Player One.
I
Cut straight to.
so for the wrestling fans that are watching, Sting debuted on AEW.
Yeah, last week.
And he looks old as shit. I'm probably the only wrestling fan that was not like, oh my God, Sting. I was like, ugh, Sting.
He's still doing this? Okay.
He's 61 years old, and you could see
Yeah.
it like in his hair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what they did is they had it go dark, and they're like, winter's coming, and then they had all this fake snowfall, and
In
then here he
Jacksonville.
comes, yeah, and then like he comes out there with a bat, and all the bad guys, all the heels, run away, and then they have this one Brock Lesnar looking dude run away from a 60-year-old man with a fucking bat.
Oh, Brian Cage.
Oh, he had a bat, so
I mean, he's six. I mean, he should have just like this guy looks like this guy looks like that he would run over a deer and then eat the deer on the side of the road. And I'm not saying that he would run over the deer in a car. He looks like he would just like kind of like start running down the street and then hit a deer and then start eating it. Just fucking pounce a deer. This guy is fucking huge, and he runs away from Sting, who's 60 something years old. I understand he had a bat, but couldn't he just like sidestep him or like throw some Metamucil his way or some shit?
still a handful of Werther's originals. Like, get him, you're old.
Throw some coupons in his direction. Some like I don't know something like fucking Sting isn't what he used to be. That's why I'm so glad the Undertaker fucking retired, because Undertaker is starting to become a joke.
You're so old.
Or as soon as Taker retired, Sting went, all right, I'm going to head out.
No, for real, that's exactly what happened. Like, Undertaker was like, oh, I'm going to retire. And Sting's like, fuck it, I'm going to go to AEW. There ain't nothing here for me. Which, like, sucks because they already said they want Sting to wrestle in AEW, but he can't take a fucking bump.
Yeah, because he broke his fucking neck 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Correction, Seth Rollins broke his fucking neck 5 years ago.
Seth Rollins, it's not his fault that Sting's old and fragile.
No, to be fair, it's kind of, I don't know, it's like a both at fault, because that power bomb has been really
It's injured
notorious.
It's
It's
notorious.
injured a few people. Yeah.
But it's
but at
also
the same time, it's stupid for Sting to take it not once but twice.
right. So you have a man in his prime who's like in his like
Early
mid 30s. He's in
Yeah.
his mid 30s versus a man that's pushing
Late
senior
50s.
citizenship.
Mhm.
Sting should
He's just
be
trying to wrestle long enough to where he can get his Social Security.
He needs to be in front
4
of his
more
house
years.
shaking his fist at kids that are standing on top of his lawn. Retire, Sting. I know Sting will never watch this, but retire.
Man, we just lost one follower.
For real. We lost like 10 followers because I told Sting to retire.
I mean, they'll probably just have him do like managerials and stuff. I mean, that's fine. I mean, obviously they'll probably. It's also because of the merch and all that. Because like when he debuted, the first 24 hours, it was like apparently like the highest selling merch sales in pro wrestling tees, and that was like a huge deal. And also because the video game coming out and then figures and all that, they could just.
He's not going to be in the video game though. The video game's pretty much already set when it
Nope.
comes to the roster.
Early in development, so they could decide if they want to. Ukes, it was because it was WWE's control regarding the roster. So with AEW, I'm sure they're like, oh yeah, you can put him in there. Go ahead.
Jace is in the roster.
Yeah, sure, if they want to, go for
Let me
it.
create a fighter.
You better make them pay you that.
Royalties and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a free copy of the game, right? That's how it works.
And $300
That's
a week.
What? Shit.
Oh,
I just
shit.
got like a free meal at Whataburger that day, and that was it.
Slight breaking news. Ghosts and Goblins is coming back for the Switch in 2021. So
I
Ghosts and
don't know what Ghosts and Goblins is.
It's
it's a tough game from
It's-
Capcom.
it's that game where the knight is like hanging out with the princess in a graveyard that he's naked and then she gets abducted and you have to fight through a castle.
I thought that was Dragon Quest.
No.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, Dragon. It sounds like Dragon Quest. It sounds like it, but it's not. It's
In
different.
Dragon Quest he isn't naked.
Mhm.
Well, his bones are exposed at one point when he dies.
Right, no, yeah, but in the Goblins, Ghosts and Goblins one, yeah. It's a really hard arcade game where the Angry Video Game Nerd did a review on it, and he beat it, and like the first time he beats it, it says, oh, this was all an illusion. This was all bullshit. Beat the game again. So he gets fucking mad, and then beats it the second time.
I didn't want to play this the first time.
I fucking, I watched his, I watch all of his, I watched his new episodes, the one about Taito Legends.
It was okay.
Yeah, no. The only thing I knew about Taito was the fact that they made Space Invaders.
Mhm.
I didn't know like they had made all these fucking games. Speaking of which, what's going on with the Video Game Awards?
Right now they're announcing best sim/strategy.
I thought you said simp.
Best simp.
Best simp. Okay, so according to this, best simp is Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right, player's voice. All right, so here's the nominees for player's voice. Okay.
I think I saw something about Among Us got like an award.
I think so. All right, Doom Eternal, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Last of Us Part 2 for player's voice. The winner is Ghost of Tsushima.
Sushi.
For what was that? What was that award?
Player's voice.
Player's voice.
Mm-hmm. Player's voice. Basically, people chose it. Apparently, that was an issue because the director of The Last of Us 2 is like, "Hey, you guys should just vote for us just to spite everybody." And it turns out they kind of bit him in the ass because it turned out they weren't even last place.
Nobody votes you.
Nobody wants that shitty game. And
Yeah, it's
okay, so I guess that's one thing we can talk about. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but there were a lot of people that didn't like The Last of Us, and they were accusing the people that didn't like The Last of Us 2 because of Abby was the name of the.
yeah. That was pretty much the thing.
If you
we did talk about that. We were talking
right,
about
but
how,
we didn't talk about the issue that people
in
were
terms of
accusing.
why exactly? Yeah.
People were saying that if you didn't like Abby and you didn't like The Last of Us 2, you were transphobic.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
I
that's what a
didn't.
lot of people were saying that.
Yeah, and I didn't get it. I was like, wait, what?
It's kind of like if you didn't like the 2016 Ghostbusters, you're sexist.
Right, but
Didn't like it because it
Abby's
wasn't
not.
good.
Abby's not trans though. I mean,
I don't know. I didn't play the game, so
Abby's
anyway,
just really buff.
she reminds you of, like Kale and
Yeah,
Super Zerg.
she's kind of like KO when KO goes legendary Super Saiyan.
It almost looks like she's built to survive in a hellish landscape and needs her, body to be in tip-top shape, or
Right,
she'll die.
The thing was that people didn't like Abby because Abby's fucking annoying.
Voiced by Laura Bailey.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of that, Laura Bailey won the award for best performance.
Yay!
Yeah, because she had to. You know how much I would give her that award. You know how much shit she put up with.
Yeah,
All the
she
death
would.
threats.
Yeah, she dealt with a shit ton of crap, and I'm like, man, that's not on her, man. That's on.
She didn't write
know.
the game.
Yeah, she didn't write the game. She just played the character. It's like,
She just want to show up and hang out with one of her friends.
Right, because she was getting a lot of shit for her character because her character, and this is going into spoiler alert for Last of Us 2, but whatever at this point. You either play the game or you're not gonna fucking play it. But so the main character from the last game gets fucking murdered because in the last game Cole's like, oh, you can't trust anybody. You can't let your guard down. You can't trust anybody. And he's like, and then in this game, in the second one, he's all like, hi, I'm Cole, and we're part of this group, and we're over here on this location, and we have all this and that, and we're about to do this and that, and yada yada yada, and they fucking murder him with a golf club. So, and then like, what was the name of the girl? The
Ellie.
Ellie takes over, and she's seeking revenge for Cole, and she doesn't even do it.
Wait, Cole, don't you mean Joel?
Joel, I'm sorry, I meant
Yeah, that's like
I'm
Cole.
getting him mixed up with the guy from Infamous
Yeah, I was gonna say.
as far
No
as
worries.
name wise. But
Adam
Joel,
Cole.
Adam Cole,
so
baby.
Joel's dead. So Abby, God damn it, Ellie. She tries to get revenge. So the game is like divided into two stories. You got the bad guy, and you got the good guy. And at the end of the story, the good guys get screwed over, and they don't. Oh, I'm not gonna kill you because we can be friends. Or they pull a Goku essentially. They let the villain live, and then they get screwed over. Like they lose all their friends. Their mentor's dead, and and Ellie's girlfriend leaves her.
No one hurts my friends but me. But
That's
you can live.
You can do it.
Sure.
So people were absolutely pissed.
Especially they kind of killed Joel early in the game.
It's not the fact that they killed Joel, it's how they killed Joel. And it's the bullshit way, like, they let it slide too. Like, Joel was this one character's like, don't trust nobody, damn it.
And also for all the viewers out there, the game's been out for 6 months, so we're already reached spoilers, so
Right.
6 months.
I mean, like, the gameplay wise, I don't know, like, for anyone that's played The Last of Us, it doesn't bring anything new to the table as far as gameplay wise. I mean, there are a couple things that are like they've improved on, they fixed, but essentially it's just the same fucking game all over again. It's a lot of scavenging, a lot of sneaking around, a lot of not having enough ammo, a lot of bullshit. Honestly, it's like fucking Call of Duty every year. It's the same Call of Duty multiplayer.
Only this one only comes out once every 4 years.
Yes.
Once every few years, yeah.
But I mean, The Last of Us, I don't know. A lot of reviewers gave it like a 10 out of 10. Like, it got like really high scores, but a lot of the fans were pissed. There was even Sonic, Keyblade Sonic posted this picture. Like, it was another video game that did even better, and it's like a shitty video. It was Kids Next Door, I think.
Yeah, it was the Kids Next Door game that got like higher reviews. User-wise, it was like 8.2 compared to 4.9 user rating on Metacritic. And it was making those memes of like Sasuke being choked.
Yeah. Damn.
A little breaking news here. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate won Best Fighting Game.
There's no other fighting games though.
That's the joke.
We're the best. Good.
What was
Good
their
job.
What was their competition though? The Cobra Kai game that came out on the fucking Switch?
Yeah, this is Cobra Kai.
I'm
Stick
so
Fighter
excited.
Simulator.
I'm so excited for season 3.
I have some stats for our year that we just did.
Yeah, what's up?
Let's do that.
This is based on the format that we're using now. So kind of like a podcast sit-down interview thing that we're doing.
So you're not going to count the original ones where it was
I-
just me?
If you had like a guest on stuff, then yeah, I count it. But it's also only the Monday through Friday ones. So it was kind of hard trying to pick out which ones.
Basically, counting
Work on the weekend.
when you brought it back this year.
Yeah, and
Right,
this is
because the
only from this year.
podcast has been going on for 7 months now.
Yeah.
The Saki Kid era.
No, there
I like
was
all that stuff.
there was me by myself when I was still
Uh-huh.
when it was just Facebook and I was trying to figure out the live stream.
Yeah.
And then Saki Kitty joined me for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then y'all joined me. Well, Sonic joined, and then Jace, and then SJ.
Yeah.
I got numbers and stuff. I went.
Let him break it down. There you go.
So this would be counting as episode 102. So episode 100 was on Monday, but
The Anime Dallas episode.
Yeah.
Our
Is it
100th
episode 102 in the sense for this year?
This year. I'm only counting this year
Okay.
because you've got, and this like it's not counting the XL podcast, the Double Up podcast on like the weekends.
Well, I was about to say there's the podcast from 2 years ago,
I didn't count that.
and remember that used to be a weekly podcast.
Yeah, I didn't count it. I counted this year, and that was it.
Okay.
It was easier, and I didn't want to go back and see the stuff from there. Maybe I'll go back and find stuff about those other ones. But
I deleted a lot of them because they have a
Just
lot of
come on with the
offensive.
stats.
well, it's 102. The person who has been on the podcast the most out of us, other than Goku, because he's been in all of them,
Obviously.
except for 2 technically.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 you haven't been on. This was going to be an easy number to do, but let's see. Sonic has been on 87 podcasts. He made his debut on May 9th for the title of special guest voice actress, and that was the only thing that was on there.
That makes sense.
So
Awesome.
May 9th is when you made your debut before I
Basically-
came on.
7 months ago.
Yeah. So right near the beginning, so it's pretty easy to find. I have also been on 87 of these, and I made my debut on June 19th, which was about a month later.
There we go.
It was just entitled Updates, Future Plans. The title was Sit Down Episode 1, so I guess that was kind of the first one that we started doing it consistently in this format.
Mhm.
SJ has been on 50 of them, and she made her debut on July 22nd, which was before,
Huh.
I believe, both of us.
Thought it was like a week sooner than that. Thought it was
Either
like the
the date
13th
on
or
it
like the
was
14th
July
or the
22nd.
12th.
Yeah, there was also the one back when like Saki Kitty was still on.
Saki Kitty has been on 9 episodes.
There we go.
I went and found which ones those were. Like,
What
oh.
about Senor Oliver? Did you do a stat for him?
I think I saw him in like 3, but
Okay.
because a lot of the other ones I base it on what I can see on the clip for the title card.
Where did you go through? Did you go through Facebook? Or
I
did you go
went
through
through
YouTube?
I went
Okay.
to YouTube because it has it's all easier for me to go through them. I have worn sleeves on this podcast 5 times.
I was gonna say 3.
Wait, no, it might be 5. Hold on, let me check. Double check my number here. It's been 7, 8 if you count the time I wore a costume, which
No,
I guess you can count. But
no, that doesn't count.
I've worn sleeves 7 times, and SJ has worn sleeveless 1 time.
It was gonna be today too. That shit happened.
You ruined my stats.
Yeah.
And
It
Sonic
wasn't me.
Sonic today has made it to 12 episodes of sleeveless. Now he wears a hoodie a lot, so he might be sleeveless underneath it, but that doesn't count.
No,
Goku
if
has
it's not
never
visible.
been sleeveless.
No, because none of my Dragon Ball Z shirts are sleeveless.
I get some DBZ tank tops.
Those are. Okay, so the thing about that is that I really don't like to spend more than $20 on a shirt,
Yeah, these
and they're
DBZ ones are
expensive.
expensive.
And
I know, I have a
most
lot.
of my Hot Topic DBZ shirts are gifts. Like these ones right here, I get them at Walmart for like $8.
The guest who's been on the most is the Ravens flock with 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been on the show 3, and everybody else has been like,
1 or 2.
yeah,
It's a tie for second place with 2
Wait.
between Brad Ducktape, Tom Ruger, and Dahlia have all been on twice.
What about the Black Table podcast? They've been on
They've
twice.
only been on 1. They came on a weekend, which I don't count.
That's why. Well, what's his face has
Yeah.
been on. The leader of the Black Table podcast has been on the show on a weekday.
Yeah,
Oh, TJ
one-
and all
it was. I had once. Oh, he came on for that Friday episode.
Right, and it was
came out.
halfway through the episode.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
It still counts. That's probably why you didn't see it though, because it wasn't in the
1.5.
beginning.
1.5.
It's 2. It's 2, bitch.
1.5. He's only on for half of it. It's 1.5.
No, it still counts. You've only shown up for like half an episode.
No.
No, there's a
Oh,
couple
yeah,
where
I've
like,
done it a couple times.
yeah,
But then it wasn't half the episode because then you stopped like 15 minutes afterwards.
yeah, because it just like you took all the subjects with you. Like, what the fuck am I
They're
gonna talk
mine.
about?
I'm taking them with me.
It's like a fucking custody battle that I lost.
We've had, I think I have a number for how many guests we've had on. I don't count certain because if you count Blastoise has been on more than 3
And
times.
Blastoise doesn't count because Blastoise is the food
more
cast.
Yeah, he's more of a friend and not a guest. He just comes on.
He comes on the show on the Sundays whenever we talk about food and random shit
Yeah.
for 4 hours.
Like I said, episode 100 was on this past Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And episode 69 was on September 28th. And we were talking about Matsuri again.
Wow, quite funny. 69.
That is not what I expected you to fucking say. I expected Sonic to say nice.
Nice. Can we get
Nothing
a
nice
in the
about
chat?
Matsuri.
Yeah, what should we say for Monster?
No.
It's like nice. No, not nice.
Evil.
Not nice.
The bear made its official debut on July 16th at it was called the halfway point on episode 25. So that's when that joke reared its ugly head.
Which it has become the unofficial mascot of Geeks Forever.
Yeah,
Did you count? Did you count how many times Goku said Mexican?
No, because that would
No.
require me going through and watching all of them again. It's like, no, I don't have that time nor the want.
I haven't said Mexican in a while. Like I haven't just blurted out Mexican.
Catchphrase hasn't been said in a while.
I don't like. No, I don't have to say the catchphrase. Like I'll just say something, and then Sonic will be like Mexican.
Yeah, because normally, because sometimes you would, when you have it in, like, when you would say it, your explanation, 9 times out of 10, it would be like, oh, it's because I'm Mexican. And I go, Mexican.
Yeah, but you're the one who started the catchphrase. I was like,
It's just the way you would, sometimes the way you would say Mexican just makes
I would be like,
the
I'm
big-
Mexican, I'm Mexican. And then Sonic was like, Mexican. Like he had to add the
Catchphrase.
emphasis to the fucking. Did you seriously fucking put the fucking bear with me on it? God damn it.
Just
Got the
notice that
bear.
now.
We have Gatorade-chan as well. Everyone's here today.
Gatorade-chan is a little empty today.
It's just hollow on the inside.
Yeah. Remember when Gatorade-chan got fat? The big fucking jug.
Thick.
Thick. Or moist, when Saki Kitty hates it when we say moist.
Yeah, the Black Sonic. Moist
Jesus
Monday.
Christ, he went crazy with it. Yeah, Moist Monday. There's also...
We have had 24 different guests on.
Yeah, no shit, that's a lot.
That's amazing.
That's 2 a month if you did this every time.
Yeah, no, remember we had to stop because we had like...
We ran out.
We had
At one
3
po-
weeks where we had a guest every day.
Yeah, wasn't there one point we had 2
You're
guests at the
welcome.
same time?
No, this is before we got John
Before we had
Bailey. Like,
the good ones.
this is before... That, this is
Yeah.
when we were like interviewing like... We were interviewing other groups and crews and cosplayers.
Yeah,
That's because that's when con
Mhm.
season was like full in
Yeah.
effect.
Mhm.
That's when we had like Magic Mo and Electric Seafoam and
Yeah.
Denim Angel.
Denim
Mhm.
Angel. And
Box of
like
Props came on a little while ago.
Yep.
right, but that's more recent. We're talking about like remember that one fucking month where we had like a guest almost every day and we had like a meeting like hey we need to like slow down because we're running out of people to interview.
Then SJ's like, but what if John Bailey?
Right, but I'm saying even with John Bailey and all of them, if we had put them all in a fucking week,
Yeah.
that would have been really bad. That's why we started spacing them out. Like, hey, if we get a voice actor, we're gonna do them on a Friday to space them out because we're running out of guests.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why we were so we emphasized it needs to be on a Friday. It needs to be on a Friday, just so we could be like, okay, like it's so fucking hard to write for a fucking show that's a fucking daily show, like 5 days out of the fucking week.
That's why we don't do it.
Yeah, actually, that's the reason why we don't have a fucking script, honestly.
You know I can't read.
Well, no, the show, believe it or not, the show used to have like a structure, like it had a script. Like it didn't have a script word for word, but it had like
Very
topics.
professional.
It had 3 topics per podcast, and it was like 45 minutes, and it would be about like, I don't know, 15 minutes per topic. And
I mean, we had 24 guests on, but remember, there's multiple times where they come more than once. So
Mhm.
like,
it's
you have ones
very.
that come on
We've
more
only
than
had
once.
a few though. We had Juan from the Ravens flock.
Still multiple times.
Brad. Juan though, is that twice or 3 times? Because there was when he.
The Ravens flock.
No, he's been on the show 3 times, dude.
I'm-
That was
If
the
he
first time about
pops in
Matze.
later on. I don't count.
No. There was one where he showed up. Like we invited him to talk about.
Yeah, we had
another-
already been going on it though.
We talked to him twice by himself, and then there was one where his brother showed up.
Right. Yeah, he is the 3rd time. He's been on here 3 times.
Right.
So all of those counted.
Right. You said he was on here twice.
Look, it's a list, and I don't want to remember it. That's why I write it down, so I don't have to memorize things.
Your list needs some work.
It's a very vague list because when does it start? I didn't really go in and say, okay, this one definitely qualifies as it because it feels like the same thing. Like, no,
Well,
this is the date I'm starting it on. It'll be easier next year when we structure the entire time.
And next year's gonna be a little. Next year's definitely gonna be different, especially if I'm gonna go back to work.
We're gonna have 8 podcasts a day.
Yeah. See, good luck with
Guests
that. Because if I
all the time,
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna see if I can get a job at fucking Amazon and see how many packages that will be fresh off the truck.
hey, I need someone to drop a couple shoes off the truck for me.
We'll see how it goes, though. I think we might go into a weekly podcast with daily content.
Mm-hmm.
Because the podcast is ending tomorrow for the rest of the year. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to do content. I'm still going to do content.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you watch Review Tech USA. He does like 6-minute, 8-minute, 10-minute videos. Where he has a subject. He talks about the subject. He gives his thoughts. And
yeah,
then
and
that's
also,
pretty much it.
Yeah, sometimes podcasters, they usually, or video makers and all that, like, just occupy the time. It's like, still working on the video, but for now, let's do some streaming. Like, people could be streaming on Twitch, like games and all that stuff, or just talk and all that.
Yeah, I gotta
distracted.
I gotta go and harass I gotta go and dislike all of the Banana Channel videos. I gotta put that on my queue.
I have an entire series of SJ just walking down the street and asking people questions.
That's next year, sir. That's like halfway through That's like halfway through the year, though. And we promise not to talk about that.
Surprise!
Hey,
surprise. Have like a giant camera crew with you, and it'll look really weird and professional.
You're gonna wonder why they're hiding behind bushes. It's like that one year.
Show.
It's like that one year I cosplayed Naruto in a banana suit, and they're like, "Why are you in a banana suit?" Because I'm in a camouflage. So now they sent me out on a mission, and I'm in.
They're gonna be expecting ninjas. They're gonna expect
somebody started fucking laughing at me in a banana suit. That like Naruto would do some bullshit like that. He would walk around in the jungle in a banana suit and be like, "I'm in camouflage."
Say, what am I going to be wearing when I'm walking down the street?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Camouflage.
Banana suits.
Okay.
Or just
a random thing.
See, because everybody's stupid. They're going to be looking for ninjas, not giant bananas.
Or just wear a green morph suit like Eric Andre.
Do a series where SJ goes to a convention with all of her voice actor friends, like another BotCon, and just like, hey, what's going on? It's like a normal conversation, and it just happens to be like Optimus Prime or somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
depending on how things go next year,
Yeah.
Wait and see.
I know.
Guessing,
This is a
I
hypothetical
think it's 50-50. But with Comic Palooza possibly being an option, there's always that convention.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially if they can bring back Danny Trejo, I'm definitely going to go fucking stock. He's like probably one of 3 people I'll actually stock.
We'll have a series called To Catch a Voice Actor, and it's just SJ hounding them until they agree to come on the podcast.
Showing up some skin.
It's like, I'm not allowed to leave until you say yes. So, looks like we're in for the long haul.
The long run.
I like it.
Then we could see all of her techniques of, I
How
don't
she
know.
does it. What's
Yeah,
her
it's
tricks?
I could totally
All
see
them.
it being like a total SpongeBob and Squidward scenario where SJ is SpongeBob and the voice actor Squidward.
Go away, SJ.
I like how SpongeBob makes fun of fucking Squidward. He's like, "Hello, SpongeBob. Can you keep it down? I'm trying to be boring."
I'm trying to be boring. Or also in the one where he's snowboarding, he's like, everybody's an idiot except for me.
Yeah.
Watch me
that's
do the
fucking-
grouchy Squidward.
Yes. We all started off as SpongeBob and grew up to be Squidward.
Yeah.
He had it right all along. We're aspiring artists who hate the world.
Unfortunately, some of us grew up to be Patrick.
Some people run YouTube channels that
I
are
feel called
Patrick.
out because one time at 3 in the... Not at 3 in the morning, but it was
You
like
call
1.
yourself out, though.
No, but in the show when they open the Krusty Krab for 24 hours, he's like, who wants a Krusty Krab at 3 in the morning? And then they show Patrick, oh boy, 3 a.m. and he's eating the sandwich, I felt
That's
called
like
out
crabby.
because there's been a couple times at like 1 in the morning we're like, man, I want some Whataburger.
So it'd be sometimes.
SpongeBob is the ultimate meme generating show.
Stands the test of time.
It really does. I watch. I'm
Next to
watching
Simpsons
SpongeBob
also.
right now. Like I watched season 1 and I'm on season. That's another show that I'm currently watching and not Animaniacs.
It's not part of the deal.
Hey, look, you leave SpongeBob alone, okay? SpongeBob was here first.
Pretty sure I was here before SpongeBob.
Okay, SpongeBob was here in my heart first.
Okay, that just means you don't love me. So
No, we're not talking about you. We're talking about Animaniacs.
Actually,
okay.
yeah, Animaniacs came out in '93.
I'm
But
still
I
over
never got. Okay, so the thing is, I never really got that into Animaniacs because I didn't really grow up. Like, I like how they say, oh, all 90s kids grew up with Kids WB or Foxbox or Yu-Gi-Oh.
electricity.
No, but the thing is, like, we had cable, so I had Cartoon Network
and Nickelodeon.
and Nickelodeon, right? But it was mostly Cartoon Network.
Mhm.
And I remember Rugrats. I remember Doug. I
That was on
remember
Nickelodeon.
I remember Looney Tunes. I remember Johnny Bravo. I remember Courage the Cowardly Dog and
Dexter's
Eddie.
Laboratory.
Dexter's Laboratory. I remember that those weren't even shows yet, and they had pilots on this cartoon called What a Cartoon.
Yep. Powerpuff Girls also, yeah.
Yeah, Powerpuffs was on there. Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo. Like they all had pilots on this one show, and then they eventually got their own show. I remember when Megas XLR was a pilot on there.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
eventually gets its own show.
Fun fact, some of the guys who worked on Dexter and Powerpuff Girls and Johnny Bravo, they were actually roommates in college.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Craig McCracken, who was the creator of Powerpuff Girls, he was the art director for Dexter. And then Gendy Tartakovsky, the creator of Dexter, went on to work after Dexter ended. He went to work with for Powerpuff Girls. And also they worked with the guys like Butch Hartman, who went on to create Fairly Odd Parents, and Seth MacFarlane, who went on to create Family Guy and all that.
The only show that I really watched that's associated in some kind of... I watched Freakazoid, and I saw Tiny Toon Adventures, because I think Tiny Toons was on Cartoon Network, or was
it was on both Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon.
Right, but Animaniacs wasn't.
Yeah, then they eventually did.
Eventually, but I think there were a few years where we lost our cable. Because I remember in middle school, like, I was watching Dragon Ball, and then I only watched Dragon Ball until, like, a certain point with the androids. And then everybody was talking about how they were already getting ready to fight Majin Buu, and I didn't get to see any of it, in English at least. So, I got to miss out on all that shit. So, like, we didn't have cable for, like, a year or two. So, honestly, it's one of those... I didn't really grow up with Animaniacs. I did watch it, like, occasionally. Like, I did see a few episodes. I remember the Goodfeathers, because they were fucking pigeons.
You talking to me?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Bobby, that's how it's going.
I remember, like, at the end of every episode, like, that one pigeon would get its ass whooped.
Like, yeah, Squirt.
Squid.
Squid. Well, not Squid.
Squid.
All right, so I remember that.
I always wanted to be a good feather.
Because he always, like, said something to the Joe Pesci sounding pigeon.
Yeah, he gets all pissy and for stupid shit.
Yeah, so, like, I remember that. But, like, as far as Animaniacs goes, like, there was just nothing memorable about the show to me. Because I just didn't really grow up with it.
Nothing stood out.
No, because I also didn't really see it that much. Like,
Yeah, like I said, like I grew up mainly a little bit of what it was on Fox Kids and mostly Kids WB, and then eventually I saw it on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network.
right. I remember Pokemon and Power Rangers.
They were on Fox and
Right, they
Cartoon
were on
Network,
Fox.
Kids
and they
WB.
I remember watching Pokemon and like, oh, this is the greatest show ever. And I saw the commercials for Yu-Gi-Oh! I was like, that looks stupid. No one's gonna watch, and I got caught into it. So.
I remember
Duels over
watching
Yu-Gi Boy.
Pokemon, but the cartoon was like meh.
The anime, yeah.
Yeah, the anime was like meh, and I remember the games and the cards, like that's what everybody was really into.
Yeah, the games and the cards.
But then I remember Digimon. I was like, holy shit, this is like Pokemon but better.
Yeah, I like how they purposely put both Digimon and Pokemon almost at the same time, around the same time when it airs on TV.
Right, and everybody automatically assumed, oh shit, this is a ripoff of Pokemon. Because
Kinda like
Agumon looked like a fucking beefed up Charmander.
Yeah, it's like Raw versus Nitro.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
I remember, fucking speaking of cartoons, I don't.
SJ, what did you grow up with? Transformers.
Power
Actually,
Rangers.
no. Yeah, I actually didn't grow up with Transformers. Well, I grew up with Beast Wars, but I didn't know that was Transformers at the time. Yeah, literally Ninja Turtles. Like when I met the voice actress, that's what I told him. Like I legit remember being a baby watching Ninja Turtles. Like that was the first movie I actually saw. Like not in theaters, but that was the first movie I actually saw. And I mean, yeah, like we're talking like not pre-K stuff. We're talking like elementary school stuff, right? Yeah.
Just
so
anything in general.
We're
okay.
90s babies.
I remember watching the
Ring.
third movie. I think my parents hated it.
The third. Oh, is that the one where the nerd like cut the with a sword? He cut the VHS tape on him.
Yeah.
And then it
It's
got
the one where
copyright
they.
strike.
It's the one
When
where
they travel in
in
time. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually my mom's favorite of
I-
all of the three movies.
I
That's my mom's
remember
favorite.
going to the George R. Brown, and I ended up getting like a Ninja Turtle, like poster of them, like when they were performing live.
Mm.
I don't remember. Like I have a really bad memory, but I remember something like that. I remember
David
being
Mitchell,
really
like
into Ninja
Bobby's
Turtles.
World.
Yeah, Howie
Bobby's
Mandel's
World.
Bobby World. Yeah, Bobby's World.
Eek Extravaganza.
Eek,
Where,
yep.
Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego?
I never saw that.
Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men.
I saw Spider-Man.
Life with Louie.
Louis Anderson.
Louis
Oh.
Anderson.
I like that show. That was a good show.
Yeah, I remember his
this
little
was
brother. He was all excited, and then that one scene because there's like a snowstorm, and like he announces school's like just canceled for the day. His little brother's all excited. He's like,
Yeah.
"What are you so excited for? You don't go to school."
I remember.
You know.
I remember being a fan of Power Rangers until I was 10.
Yeah.
Once they killed Zordon and it ended with in space, that's when I stopped watching it.
Mm-hmm. What was else?
Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah. Like, what else did I watch? as a
Legally, we have to
kid?
say that, or Tom will never show up again.
Yep.
Batman?
Wishbone, Animaniacs.
Tom helped with Batman.
Yeah, he
Right,
worked on
but-
Batman
Couple.
Animators.
He did,
couple.
but like I legitimately was a Batman fan.
I used to have one of those Batman movie cups, the ones that are like clear and they're all bumpy.
Oh, for
From
McDonald's.
I have
when
a-
the shitty one with Arnold Schwarzenegger came out. I had one
Batman
of those.
Robin.
I loved it. It was my Batman cup, and I loved it.
Your dog's got like a sweater or a cape. I can't tell.
What's Doggy's favorite thing from this year?
The Matsuri conversations.
The Matsuri conversations, being here since this pandemic. He's been really clinging to me, which is very sweet, right? I think you too. Yeah. No, he's wearing a little sweater vest.
I saw
Oh,
it.
David
It's cute.
says Bobby's World on Fox and X-Men cartoon. Camp
Yeah, Howie
Candy
Mandel.
with John Candy.
Yeah,
I don't remember Camp Candy.
I've never heard of that.
I know Camp Krusty. That one episode where he's like, "Krusty is coming, Krusty is coming."
Yep.
Excuse me.
What else was there?
I remember cartoons on Saturday morning.
Yep.
Those were Recess.
I never really got it. Recess is not something I grew up with.
I liked it, but now thinking back on it, like they were in 4th grade.
Yeah.
Mikey was a grown ass adult.
Yeah.
Dude's 6'5" in 4th
You remember?
grade.
You remember in the movie where he's like, he has like this deep singing voice,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and he's like,
I can
"Bon
only sing in the bathroom.
voyage,
Okay,
TJ," and like everything breaks. The
what
the
what
glass
is
broke.
up with certain shows thinking like their audience is stupid or doesn't remember anything? Like, and I'm referencing like in what was it? Hey Arnold, doesn't
Yeah.
him and Helga like hook up in the movie with Godzilla in
movie.
it? But in the newer movie, they're not a thing or together or anything.
No, I think it's like a canon, non-canon thing.
But they also kind of did that shit with I don't know if you ever heard of Zoe 101 on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, they did.
Like where Zoe and fucking Afro kid, with the
Chase.
curly Chase. They
Yeah.
end up getting together, but then they did like a mini series where they never got together. Like, what the fuck?
They did a
Somewhere
miniseries?
in an
They
alternate
did a
Never heard of
mini
it.
series on the internet.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, I think it's probably like in a timeline per se.
It
probably took
is
place
canon.
before that.
Multiverse.
The mini series, the which was just a
Yeah,
bunch
does-
of mini
does-
videos. It is
Does it
canon.
take place after the series or during the show?
Yeah, it takes place after the series. It takes place because
That's
there's
really
an
weird. I never
episode.
heard. I don't remember it.
They did a time capsule thing, and then like they're like, okay, in 20 years we'll take the time capsule out. So they
Then we're gonna put it
they
back in the
referenced
vault.
that recently. It was a few years ago, but they had talked.
Oh, it's like a little. It's kind of like a reunion thing.
Yes,
Okay, so basically, maybe they probably like they broke up or something like that.
they never got together. I mean, according to the videos, like I don't know, maybe they just continuity errors.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
It's like the 80s, you know, the magic of lazy writing.
Next episode, no one remembers what happened.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
frozen timeline.
That is
The Amazing World of Gumball did a funny thing because they had the season finale, and everyone they had fucked over the entire season came wanting money and wanting to arrest them because they just throw back to everything that they did. So it was one of those flashback episodes where they just show that, only the entire town's pissed off at him.
Black Sonic finally figured out how to comment it as himself in the comment section. It just
Yes,
took him the
any
entire
comments?
season.
It took you 100 episodes.
I can't watch any comments. Makes me sad.
I think it only lets 3 people watch. That's why. I mean, I can get off of it if you want to get on it.
It's okay.
No one's really said anything except for David and Black Sonic, who said finally I can change who I'm commenting as.
Good job.
Very good job.
See, the big reveal. It was Black Sonic all along.
Yes, it was him, Austin. It was him all along.
He's
But
supposed to be on Discord posting memes about
Yeah.
relevant topics.
about
Yeah.
Moist and
Moist.
Bobby's World apparently. There's another fucking show I never watched.
I like Bobby's World.
I like it too. They have
I
like
do.
full episodes on YouTube. How we met
I
episodes
used-
of The Voice too.
I watched like a couple.
this.
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes of like Goosebumps, but it was like
Yeah,
too
that's
scary for me as a kid.
There's another fucking show that I watched that I
But-
don't really remember.
But I remember
Goosebumps.
being more into Erie, Indiana. I don't know why Erie, Indiana was any less scary than Goosebumps, but I just couldn't do Goosebumps most of the time.
My dad made a mistake of putting me and my brother in front of the TV during a Nightmare on Elm Street marathon, and so ever since
Oh, we're
then,
not going to sleep.
Explains a
no,
lot.
ever since then, like horror movies. That I was 5 at the time, so that ruined horror movies for the rest of my life. Well, not the rest of my life. I'm sorry, until like recently.
What else?
There was a couple like Goosebumps. I remember Goosebumps, but I remember there was like certain episodes. Like if you like, there were like 1 or 2 episodes they only aired once, and if you didn't
Yeah.
see it, then you never fucking saw it.
They're gone.
Oh,
Like you had to buy the
Oh.
VHSs. Like there was like the night of the what was it called? The one where they're in the tower and it's like a
Terror
medieval
Tower?
tower. Yeah, Terror Tower, Night in Terror Tower.
My library had like all of the Goosebumps
Yeah.
VHSs and stuff, so I
Mhm.
would just go there and get them. I check out like 7.
Remember
of
when what was it like Animorphs or
Yeah.
fucking Goosebumps where everybody would just collect the books but nobody would
Yeah.
fucking read them?
Yeah.
Remember
Magic
Animorphs,
Treehouse?
the fucking show?
Yeah.
vaguely, because it was on Nickelodeon and I didn't have cable.
There was
And
that.
like I said,
Remember,
my grandma had cable, but all she would ever record for us was Rugrats. She wouldn't ever record like anything else on the show. The
We're
channel.
17. I know
Animorphs,
I
like there was one character who was popular that died. It was the first time I'd seen an actual death on a children's show.
Oh, okay.
Like the books are, I never read the books, but apparently they're super. They start off really nice and calm, but apparently it's about like a giant war, and these kids are going out there fighting and dying.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
In the show, they were in the middle of a war with like some kind of aliens or something like that.
yeah, yeah.
But they didn't.
That's
The
why they
death
have the
rate wasn't
powers.
as. Yeah.
That's why they have their powers. Yeah, I wanted to read the books. Every time we had like the book fair at school, I was always like, I want all of the books featured in my little packet. And my folks were like, no.
Pick one.
Literally just one. I was
We
like,
only have one.
why
pick
am I
half
being
a book.
punished?
Get half.
It
You and
reminds
your
you of
brother-
that reminds me of the that recent story. Everybody, did you hear about that? That's that one Santa at the mall who told this kid no Nerf gun.
Yeah.
He was all PC and stuff.
Black Sonic says gotta have the season finale twist.
Tales from the Crypt.
David Mitchell,
Saturdays.
yeah, Tales from the Crypt. I watched the actual Tales from the Crypt with my family. I
HBO.
didn't know that was a cartoon.
I just
Never
thought
be
there
able
was.
to-
No, but at one point, Tales from the Crypt was on local television.
Then they did the HBO.
Because I remember they had one of those little shitty black and the white, battery powered TVs where it had like a little radio tuner to see the channels.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched it in a car because I think the power went out in our house or something like that. I think I was 4 or 3 at the time.
Good evening, guys and ghouls.
Something like that. It was
I met him. He's nice.
The skeleton dude? He looks like...
Yeah.
The skeleton?
The voice actor,
The
yeah.
Crypt Keeper.
Yeah,
I was going to say, doesn't the... I remember people were making memes like, you know how whenever somebody becomes president, they look much, much older, like towards the end of their...
I'm sure. I know I took a picture with him. It's got to be somewhere on my
Biden,
social
when he
media or
gets out,
something.
he's going to look like the
Well,
Crypt
they
Keeper.
showed Bernie Sanders, and then they showed Bernie Sanders after 8 years of being president, and showed the crypt from the Crypt Keeper.
Looking pretty good.
Looks great.
No, not that much of a difference.
Another one of my favorite shows growing up was Ghost Rider. I liked
Wait.
That was-
Ghost Rider or Ghost Rider?
Okay, not the skeleton with the flaming head.
Not the
Ghost
skeleton
Rider.
that's on
That's
fire.
what I was thinking.
That
It's
was
like,
the-
oh,
Yeah, I
That
thought it was a
was-
Marvel character.
Not that one. It was on PBS, and it was about these 4 or 5 kids in New York City,
Oh, I
And-
hated fucking PBS.
and they
Between the
Wishbone.
lions.
Wishbone was good too.
Wishbone.
But anyway, so they had this like, not CGI, whatever the visual effect you call it is. They just had this little thing, and they just called it Ghost Rider. They're like, he's a ghost, and he writes. And what he would do is like rearrange messages, and it was all about writing and stuff. And I loved the
Nothing.
show. But then they did this one, either 2-parter or 1-parter, I don't remember. But they were writing a horror story, and that traumatized me for like months.
I see.
I remember Kablam.
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 Scuba. No, I like that show. That was funny.
I'm
Snooze
still...
and fondue.
I never watched anything on PBS. I still got to bring up the PBS thing. I never liked anything on PBS. Nothing.
That's fun.
I was gonna say I accidentally called in, but I didn't do it on accident. I did it on purpose.
They were already making fun of you at like 4 years old for watching fucking Barney.
Oh.
Or Dragon Tales.
Dragon
Apparently, I was
Tales was
super
not
upset
a
with
I wa-
Marty. I don't
Watched
know.
Dragon Tales way past when I was 4. I don't care.
No,
Or
Dragon Tales
past
was
4.
not a thing.
Dragon Tales came out like after we were 4.
Yeah, it came out
anyway.
like around 99 and all that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was like 10 and I was still watching that show. I was
The
like, this is
Dreamcast came
cool.
out and all that.
Yeah, in '99 I was 11 years old. I was already
Yeah,
not watching fucking.
I was 10. I
I
don't
was
care.
already watching Dragon Ball.
No regrets.
You have different types of dragons you're into now.
They were-
Tales, no
But they were fighting, and because Dragon Ball in Spanish was uncensored, so they had all the blood and the gore.
Yeah. No, I kind of want to see the Dragon Tales characters like being like Saiyans and all that. Just fight like with the
I'm
Saiyans.
sure there's fan art somewhere
Oh,
of
shop.
being.
I mean, we can
Well,
always
gather
we can always go
seven
back and
dragon
we can type in
scales.
SJ this hedgehog and see what comes up.
Huh?
Remember that
Sick.
day we typed in SJ the hedgehog?
Yeah, a bunch of
Yes,
heads.
we've all found our
Super
little
Saiyan.
our first sodas.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Sonic community is
there you go.
something else. No offense, Keyblade Sonic.
It's okay. We hate each other.
Your whole room is blue.
It's blue. Dabba
Dabba dee
dee
dabba die.
That one-hit wonder by Eiffel's Tower
Yeah.
65. Yes.
Eiffel 65.
Oh, they were called Eiffel, right? Just Eiffel?
Eiffel
Was it?
65.
Eiffel 65.
Eiffel.
Okay.
Just Eiffel. No Eiffel Tower. Just
I thought it was Eiffel. It's kind of hard because they only had one fucking hit, and nobody actually knows. Like, it's
The
very like
lyrics.
you either know the name of 2
you know
songs,
the
or and you don't know the name of the band, or you know the name of the band and one of their songs, which is "I'm Blue."
So it's kind of like that Who Let the Dogs Out by Baha Man. That's
Yeah.
the kind of song we all know.
That's another song that I completely forgot about.
That's a 90s song.
It is. What else is
We're
there?
unearthing all kinds of creepy stuff today.
Oh, remember Mystic Knights of Tirnanoke?
Oh, I love that show so much.
So good.
What about I want to
And
talk
they
about
all,
Goosebumps.
we'll come back to that. What else did they have? Oh, and they also had the Young Hercules series based off of the
The movie.
Yeah.
no, not the movie. Well, they did that too. No, no, no. I'm talking about remember the Kevin
Oh,
Sorbo one with and also Xena with Lucy Lawless. So they made a spin-off of that as Hercules as a teenager, and Ryan Gosling played Hercules as a teenager.
Right,
I
yeah, they
remember
they
that.
did make a young Hercules. They made the
It was
spin-off
a
to
live
the
action, yeah.
movie.
Oh,
No,
and
I'm
they
not
did make an
talking
anime
about that
one.
one. Yeah, that's the anime one. You guys are talking about the Disney
No, 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 no,
Young
no.
Hercules series.
No, 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 no. There is an actual with the young, because the young Hercules live action show is tied to the where he's older with that other
Oh,
Hercules
it's
actor.
called Hercules: A Remarkable Journey.
But there's a movie.
Yeah,
There's a
Hercules: The
movie
Incredible
called
Journey.
Young Hercules, which came out before the series. It was on Netflix for a while, and it's live action. It's the same actors, but it's just one story. I know because I never heard of it until I became an adult. And then I watched it, and I thought it was like this, and it looks just like the fucking series. It's the same actors.
I remember watching some weird shows that they're on like the WB, like the midday or on the weekends, but they were obviously trying to take a concept from another thing. Like there was an
Seinfeld.
X-Men show, but they couldn't call it X-Men, or they couldn't say mutants, but their professor was like Dr. X. Everyone had mutant powers.
Sounds like a parody.
Yeah,
It
that
was
sounded like that.
it was like a B-rate live action show that had like one season.
Did you ever watch the original live action Tick?
Yeah, the one with Patrick Warburton.
I have
Yes.
it on DVD now. I didn't watch it back in the day.
You get it on DVD. It says the complete series, and it's only like 8 fucking episodes.
There you go.
Yeah.
David put Mutant X. That is
Yes.
the show.
David, by the way, I've seen Super Mario Brothers Z. It's actually I liked it, but it got canceled.
But yeah, Tick was another good cartoon back in the day.
Never saw the cartoon, but I saw the live action show.
Did you see the one from that was on
No,
Amazon?
I haven't seen the one on Amazon
Oh,
because I like
one?
what's his face, the Tick on Amazon.
Oh, I saw that too.
I haven't seen it because I like
don't know if
I
I'm
like
right.
the guy that they got to play the original Tick for the live action show. He was like
oh,
fucking
Patrick Warburton.
yeah, he was great.
Cusca's boys.
Hey, Peter.
Cusca.
I loved him as the Tick, and it was fucking great. Like the way he portrayed the Tick, and the fucking antennas were fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple
There's
shows
so
that I
many.
watched. Like plus at night, my mom watched the Spanish novellas, so I didn't really watch TV at night. I had a Nintendo and a Sega Genesis. I remember having Mortal Kombat and never knowing how to play that fucking game.
Did you get the Genesis version or the Super Nintendo version?
I had a Genesis.
Okay, so yeah, the Genesis version.
Yeah. And I didn't have the original Mortal Kombat. I had Mortal Kombat 3. It's so crazy
Work your
because
way up.
in Mortal Kombat 3, when you go through tournament mode, there's a secret thing in the game where you can play like a couple levels of fucking Galaga. Galaga was hidden in Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah, Midway and all that.
Right. So that was cool. A lot of people didn't actually know that. See, that was legitimately 60% of the time. That's the reason why I played Mortal Kombat, was so I could play the little Galaga fucking Easter egg that they had in there.
Now I'm thinking of Mystic Knights of Tyranno. I haven't seen
I
that.
never
I haven't
heard of
seen
that show.
It was like
Wait,
kind of like
wait.
Power Rangers.
Wait.
But
Did you say
medieval.
Mystic Knights?
Mystic
Yeah,
Knights
Mystic
of
Knights.
Tyranno.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
it was
Fucking
Power
shit.
Rangers, but
Yeah.
medieval.
Medieval.
I
The
remember
girl
that
had
too.
a crossbow that
Like-
shot air.
You know what's
Yeah.
stupid is they have like this big hulking monster, and they reveal
Yes.
that he's like the brother of the leader, or they're
Brother
related in
Smash.
some way.
I don't remember that.
They-
I don't remember any of the plot. I just remember the
like the
Trident guy
big
betrayed them
yellow
one time.
monster thing that they were fighting for a while. They revealed that they had the same like fucking birthmark that was kind of like a tattoo, so they were related.
He's the
course they
good
were.
brother, and this one's the evil brother.
Yeah, no, but they become the monster becomes a good guy,
Yeah.
and like the girl starts like having a thing with like the leader of the group.
I wonder
Oh,
if that's on
uh,
Netflix or something.
Slight
No.
breaking news. Do y'all remember when they announced Kratos was gonna be in Fortnite?
Yeah,
Yes.
They just announced that Master Chief will be in Fortnite.
that's gonna
We're
be
gonna piss off all the fandoms.
So that's we might see Samus if we.
maybe not Samus, but that'd be interesting because Kratos is playable on the Xbox version. So
And Switch also
and so that means Master Chief is gonna be playable.
on
Well,
PlayStation.
Master Chief was already kind of playable because on Minecraft you can get the Master Chief skin on the PlayStation and the
Mhm.
Nintendo. So
Yeah,
the Nintendo. Fuck, I sound like an old person.
that Nintendo.
The Nintendo.
The Nintendo.
David says
All game
Captain
systems
N
are
in the game
Nintendo.
universe, a show about a guy who gets sucked into an original Nintendo
I remember that
system,
show.
teaming up with the
That
game
show?
characters fighting.
Captain N, the Game Master.
You know what I
Oh.
watched recently? The Wizard.
Oh, that movie with the. He scored 50,000 as Double Dragon, and he only
Yeah.
played for 2 seconds.
Right, yeah, he played for like a minute and then he scored like 50,000. I'm like, what?
Video Armageddon and all that.
Actually, that movie wasn't
As bad
as
as
bad as everybody makes it sound.
Mm. It's one big commercial though. Like,
It
can't really...
it kind of is halfway through, like, but like you find out like it's kind
You
of sad. Like
Yeah.
you find out like why the kid wanted to go to
Mhm.
California because the kid didn't. Because when I heard about it, I thought the kid wanted to go to California just to compete in the video game tournament, but no.
He has a bigger reason, like he wanted to leave memories of his deceased sister to.
Yeah, he had a twin
inside
sister
the dinosaur.
that passed away, and so he wanted to leave her, like not her ashes, but like the things that he held on
memories.
to her
Yeah.
at where the last place they took a picture as a fucking
Denny the
family.
dinosaur.
It was the last place where they were there as a family.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
I
like,
remember
oh,
Mighty
wow.
Max.
Mighty Max, I remember that. Yeah, Rob Paulson voiced Max. Pretty crazy.
They're that really big guy with the sword. Like, oh, cool. Solves all of his problems with violence.
I call bullshit on the fucking wizard thing because they have in the casino they had an entire arcade section for kids.
Even though I doubtfully that is a thing.
I doubt that that's a real fucking that definitely does not
Uh,
exist now.
I was taken to a casino because my family's terrible. But they had like an entire like playground area. It's like, okay, just drop your kids off here.
Okay, but
A
the
whole
way
bunch of shit there.
so the arcade portion of the casino is just like the casino, but with arcade games. They even you know when you go to a casino like the old ones back in the day, they had the girls walking around with like the little cigarette thing. It was just a bunch of like it was mostly like cigarettes and like you could order drinks off of them, but they were kind of like showgirls that were walking around just selling the shit, kind of
Yeah.
like a vendor.
Yeah.
They had the little beady girl, like the child girl, doing the same
Oh,
thing
it's
but
kinda
with
like
fucking
that.
candy.
So it's like that South Park thing with raisins.
Yes.
Hooters.
Yes,
So
yes,
similar to that.
right. But instead of cigarettes, it was like candy and bubble gum and all that bullshit.
Oh, and now Fortnite, they're adding Daryl and Michonne from The Walking Dead to Fortnite.
Jesus Christ.
I hate that game.
I do not like Fortnite at all. I hate Battle Royale games.
Even PUBG and all that.
I fucking hate PUBG.
I mostly hate them because I suck at them.
The only good Battle
you
Royale I
suck
like
at a
is
lot of things,
Mario
sir.
35.
Right.
Mario 35 is a really fun Battle Royale.
Mario 35 is how you end friendships. Mario Kart is how you end marriages.
Mario Kart.
Super Smash Brothers is how you tear families apart.
That's how you solve problems.
But I mean, there were a lot of shows growing up, but then again, like we weren't glued to the fucking TV 24/7 like they make it sound like. I don't know. It was Hash. Have you ever seen this YouTube channel? It's on Facebook sometimes. It's called Hash Brotatoes or some shit like that. No, they were talking about like things about the 90s, like, oh, if you don't know all of these things, then you're not a
You're not a
90s
real
kid.
90s. I hate that
Yeah,
shit.
I hate that shit.
Like, not everybody can really know that stuff.
Because they even had this thing where he had like a packaged donut and he put a piece of cheese on top of it and he called it a delicacy. I was like, I didn't grow up with that shit. That shit actually looks disgusting.
Nasty.
Like, remember Keenan and they brought up Keenan and Kel though. That was a fucking great show.
Yeah.
I remember all that. I remember Keenan and Kel. I remember I remember Amanda Bynes, the Amanda Show, and I remember when Drake and Josh got their own show.
Yeah, even though Drake and Josh were like a 2000s.
I wonder if that website's still up.
Hey man, in 2000 I was only like 11 or 12.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
but
a,
that the Drake and Josh came out in 2004. That was like mid 2000s.
Fuck. It was a great show though. I liked it.
It was, yeah. There's a lot of great shows during the 2000s as
oh
well.
man.
That's when Nickelodeon was like not sure what they wanted to do anymore, so they started showing more shows that were like teen friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And like, remember when the Disney Channel, oof.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oof.
That's So Raven.
Yeah, that's how Raven, Zach, and
That's-
Cody.
I just checked to see if the www.amandaplease.com is still up there, and it just redirects you to nick.com.
Nick.com.
Of course it would.
It says page not found. Like, oh man, that used to be an actual website.
Yeah,
Do you remember what was that game on Cartoon Network where it was an MMO and they showed all the Cartoon Network characters?
Oh,
but they
Fusion
were
Fall.
Fusion Fall. They were like
Yeah.
all older.
And like all anime looking, like the art style.
Yeah, that was really cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Breaking news: I'm in Fortnite now because why not? Because why now? Oh, why not? They brought back all that. I think it was okay. Fusion Fall.
Yeah, they actually revived all that.
Didn't they have like a reunion where they even had all the original cast members show up?
Yeah, now they're like executive producers for the new all that.
But speaking of executive producers, did Nick Cannon get fired from his own show, Wild and Out? Do you know, by any chance?
I think he did because he made that one comment. He said that comment on a podcast that was really offensive, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't want you. We don't want you." No,
They
I know
kicked
he
him
got
off his
kicked
own
out.
show.
I think either that. They also kicked him off of America's Got Talent for one of them because he was the host for it.
America's Got Talent is still going on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it still is.
Remember that temple show,
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Legends of the Hidden Temple?
I think, yeah.
I wanted to be on that show so much.
I don't
Remember,
remember
uh,
that show
yeah.
at all. Like I
You remember
remember,
Nickelodeon Guts?
Goods.
is that the one where they sprayed you with like the ooze?
No, that was
Double Dare,
Double
Yeah.
Dare. Double Dare was the disgusting one.
the obstacle course, and all that.
Obstacle course is disgusting. They had like a giant
Physical
nose and
challenge.
boogers.
but
Guts
what-
was Ninja Warrior or
Kind of.
Gladiator
yeah,
for
American
kids.
Gliders. Yeah,
Yeah,
American
when
Gliders.
you're a kid,
But
you're
there
like,
was that one slime. There was that one show on Nickelodeon where it was like you had to guess like whatever the stupid special talent or
Oh,
whatever.
figured
was.
it out.
That's
Figured
it. Yeah.
He's like, my name is what so, and I get to, and I had my dog eat food out of my mouth, and like they had to watch them do it. And I was like,
Yeah.
really? We have to watch this person do that.
Yeah.
I remember one time they had like guests and all that. They once had the WCW superstars, and
They
so-
had a secret word
Yeah,
that
the
they would
secret
slime if you'd say the secret word.
Mhm.
yeah. So basically,
We're
with
gonna-
Goku,
we're
we
gonna
would have
do
done Goku doing on Friday.
we're gonna start doing
Drop
that
an
on this
anvil.
show. We're gonna slime somebody.
Drop an anvil.
Everyone got your slime buckets in place. Okay.
We're gonna have like a producer show up and like, okay, nobody knows the word of the day. That way, nobody can get away
The
with
secret word
not
is
being
banana.
slimed. It's banana.
The secret word is banana.
That's only 17's on the show.
Mexican.
Right.
That's another good
I haven't
show.
said Mexican all fucking episode.
Oh,
except
you
for
just
now.
did.
You did.
Oh,
You just did.
slime.
Right, but that wouldn't really work either.
It counts. It still counts.
Yeah. Still got you.
I mean, for Jace, it's just bring up drinking.
I wonder
and
if
alcohol.
Nick Slime still. No, they still do slime. They used to do them during like the Kids' Choice Awards and all that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
still
except
do it.
slime. The rates for slime has gone up, so they can't slime everybody anymore.
Yeah, they can't slime no more.
They have to like. It has to be a select few, and it's only like half the amount.
It's like it's a protective formula of what they use to their exact make for that slime.
Now you can make it at home.
Remember,
Using
That-
remember Flubber?
Yeah, that Robin Williams movie.
Yeah,
was
they
good.
on the
Oh.
Disney Channel they taught you how to make your own gelatin flubber.
Yeah,
Once.
that was really
Just
cool.
gelatin.
It was,
Flubber
it was
was
pretty
cool.
much fucking just Jello.
I remember on the Nickelodeon, every time you get home from school, like it's like a giant party always happening on the channel, and they'd have like a
Yeah.
host on for that day.
You pick
It
live
looked-
and all that.
It looked really fun, but I miss that stuff.
Remember-
That's back when the Nickelodeon building was all different colors. Now it's just an
Yeah.
actual
You watch
building.
Oh,
any
yeah.
Nickelodeon obstacle course show, and you think as a kid I can do that shit, but as an adult you're like, who
That's
hurts?
what I wanted to bring that up when we had Tom back on, because that's what I felt like the reboot of Animaniacs was doing. A lot of stuff was more like drab and not as bright and colorful as the first Animaniacs. and it felt just like, yeah, this is what like Nickelodeon did. Like it was all bright and colorful when we were kids, and now
It's because we
20
grew
years
up and we
later,
hate life.
Yeah, it's like the McDonald's buildings. People said McDonald's in the '90s looked like that kid you were when you're young, but
Yeah.
now you look like an adult, like a depressed, boring adult.
yeah,
That's why Trix cereal looks different.
Yeah.
'Cause now-
Yeah.
I just, speaking of Trick cereal, I just watched the clip with Liam Neeson in it from Ted 2. He's like,
I'm gonna
"So,
buy this cereal, and I'm not gonna have any problems.
I'm led to believe that this is exclusively for children. So if I buy it, no one's gonna follow me." Like, nope, that's not in the budget. Then he comes back at the end of the movie. He got his ass whooped for eating the fucking cereal.
That was a mistake.
I love how he fucking brings up like, so is this? I'm like, yeah, it says in the box that it's for kids. Like, is this enforced by law? Is this enforced by law? No, not that I know of.
All right, we got a comment
That's
from
fucking
Inusmasha85 says hello again. I'm missing you guys.
Hello, welcome.
Enjoy it while you can,
Yeah,
Yeah,
tomorrow's the season finale.
because we're coming for you.
Today's technically the season finale for half
Part one. There you go.
It's for half
For
the
the two white
here.
people.
I mean, if WrestleMania could get 2 days, why don't do our season finale 2 days?
yeah.
Because we're lazy.
We're not creative.
Plus, Jace has some bullshit. I don't know.
I have to go to a holiday party that I don't
Yeah.
want to,
Yeah, that's
Why'd you tell
bullshit.
them no?
Tell me you got COVID.
because I am not allowed to say. Now, if I say that, then I'm not allowed to go anywhere.
There you go.
I like going places though. Like,
Well,
And it won't work because
according
I
to
have it.
Anime Dallas, you are required to stay home if you have COVID. I mean,
Just
that's
make it
probably the for best, but I like how they think people are not gonna like fucking try to go out.
I have to go to a holiday party, and not like it's like
So
an hour away too.
if I throw a holiday party, will you come to it?
Am I invited?
I don't know. I gotta throw one first.
That's, gotta invite me first. I'm not going if
Yeah.
SJ doesn't go.
Aw.
It's,
I don't want to be the only
doesn't
white person.
celebrate Christmas.
What? So I'm not allowed to parties
Holiday
just because I don't
party.
celebrate?
No, you can still come, but he's like forcing you to do something that you're not required.
It's okay. I don't like coming to holiday
Besides,
parties.
my
I was
daughter's
gonna
half
say,
white, so it'd be
yeah.
you
I
and a
was gonna
half.
say if my place was together, I'd invite everyone over.
Yeah, I can't go.
Well, not right now. No.
Well, you're not invited to the party then.
Oh, fuck you too.
I would have waited until you got better.
Is Sonic going?
It could have been a whole. Yeah, I would have invited everyone that watches the show today is invited to the holiday party whenever I get my
Everyone's
shit
invited
together.
to the holiday party. It starts in 5 minutes, but it ends in 4.
Yeah. Indeed.
I'm here. I ran so fast I traveled back in time.
There you
That's
go.
right. That's right. Inu Smasher says no parties for me until COVID-19 is eradicated.
Reasonable.
This party consists of my sister at her house and my brother.
The one that's giving away the box spring.
Yes.
Okay.
I forgot. It's so weird that y'all are friends on Facebook. Like,
I
you don't know each other.
Like, I've never actually. I don't think I've met your sister in person. She
Probably
just-
not, which means somehow y'all
I just
know
got
each
a
other
friend
somehow.
request from her one day, and that's our. I don't know. Like
I don't
maybe
accept
I
friend
think
requests
I
from
think I
everybody.
was on Facebook. People you may know. I might have sent the request to her as a way. Like I think I was sending random friend requests to people that were possibly like, "Hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. Come check out our channel."
Sting balloons, say something offensive, immediately deflates.
I don't say anything offensive on my own Facebook channel. That's what this channel's for.
This is the offensive one right here.
Yes, this is the offensive. I mean, fuck. We call out every convention that has happened
Existed.
during COVID-19.
Yeah.
And I forgot all of their
All right.
names except for Anime
So
Dallas.
breaking news: the Game Awards Best Game Direction, Last of Us Part 2.
That means they're not gonna win Game of the Year.
Yeah, probably no doubt.
Still win. That's how much money
It's
they
gonna be
spent.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, that's just cashing in, waiting for them to cash
Cash
in.
it in. Crash
It's
Bandicoot.
Super Mario 64. What?
Technically, it did come out this year
Yeah,
on the Switch.
Hey. Shit.
yeah. Super 3D All Stars.
Even Beaumont Comic Con, which was still held last November. Holy shit! I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that was that. Really
Beaumont.
well.
Where the fuck is Beaumont?
That's an hour and a half wet. It's east of Houston, going towards Louisiana.
Sounds
That's
horrible.
It is.
I've been to Louisiana. Sounds horrible.
No, they got that Popeyes buffet, man.
One.
They got one. No, I thought it was 4.
I don't know. You're the one who did the video, not me.
Yeah, that was great. It's fucking great. We drove 4 hours just for chicken.
I like the way you say it like that. We drove 2 hours just for chicken.
It's true. I mean, it's the fucking truth.
Gotta
What do you want me
go
to lie?
there, eat it, then get some on
And
you,
it's
that
so
way you can take it back
it
with
was
you.
so awkward. It was not worth it because it was so awkward because like they don't have the plates or whatever off to the side where you can just grab it. You have to ask them at the counter for another plate, and it's just like you feel like a fat ass when you do it.
They give you
feel
that
embarrassed and all
again. Look.
Yeah, because they gave you the judgmental look, like, you still eating?
Yes, give me more.
Like, yeah,
I crave sustenance.
I drove 4 hours for all I can eat Popeye's chicken and biscuits.
Feed me more.
And they had all the great sides too. The mashed potatoes with gravy, the chicken, the chicken tender, like you know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They had all
Sides
they
of
had a bunch of
Popeyes.
good shit. They had a bunch of good shit. It was like a Hearts buffet, but better.
Oh, hearts. I remember that.
I remember buffets in general.
Yeah, Pizza Hut buffet.
I think there's still a couple Pizza Huts that
were.
are sit in.
Yeah, you could dine in. There was one in front of Willowbrook.
There's one near that Goku's Pizza. I mean, I'm sorry, Goku's Pizza. I'm sorry, Goku's Burger.
Mhm.
They expanded into pizza.
Yeah, that'd be great, actually. That'd be fucking
Goku's
awesome.
Pizza, yeah. Yeah, I'd eat that.
Goku's Burger is still doing pretty well. I haven't been there in a month. But we're talking about shows today. So in You Smash It, we're talking about shows that we grew up with in the 90s and
Old
possibly
people.
80s.
And I'm giving up. I'm not announcing breaking news for anything big that gets announced.
I'm trying to hold off to see who wins. Once we know who wins Game of the Year, I'm out.
It's like, we're done.
All right.
But-
Well,
fuck.
yeah, I think it says coming up, so I'm like, oh boy, I think we're near the end of
Been
it.
coming up for 3 hours.
And like, it's really weird sometimes because like there was one year where they gave it to the Telltale game, The Walking Dead.
Yeah, they did.
They gave it to them, and that game was not even like the best. It was a great game.
I heard it was
fucking
good.
great. It was
I
really
played it.
good, but it wasn't like there were better games.
That
Well,
was
what do you depict as the best game?
How do you define the best game?
Well, okay, so if I were, what I
They might have criteria.
okay,
like,
well, no, it was
graphics,
voting.
story.
It was voting, so they went based on like which one.
Yeah, it's
you
people's
enjoyed.
choice and all that. Yeah.
People who
Right.
pay the most.
Like it was based on like the one people like the most, and like when you go with the critique, like it got like an 8.5, and there were other games that got like 9s and 10s.
Mhm. That's
why I was so surprised. Because it's usually a game that gets like a 10 that usually wins, except for fucking Skyrim. Fuck Skyrim.
I know. Overwatch won it in 2016. 2017 was Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild's not that fucking good either.
How long have you been playing?
For like a day. It took me a while to figure out that Link likes clothes in the cold weather.
What? Nah, naked Link.
That's right. No, but Link, he gets cold, so you have to eat like peppers, and it gives you
Yeah,
like
to
a
work.
timer, like a 2-minute timer.
I can't be held responsible for some made up character. I'm barely responsible for myself.
That's not how that works.
In the game, you have to eat peppers to warm them up because it'll decrease like.
I remember Road
Stop.
Rovers. I remember that show too.
Road Rovers?
Yeah, David wrote.
There
It
wa-
sucked, but Road Rovers. I remember that.
I
There
don't
was
know.
It's the
one-
It's the dogs that were in like those exoskeletons, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's the Mighty Ducks one too.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good one too.
I vaguely remember the Darkstalkers one.
So.
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
Oh, I remember
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
Yeah.
I remember the Aladdin series. I like
Wasn't Goliath like in
Lance
love
years.
with the human chick?
that one. Mhm.
Yes.
Didn't
Yes.
like his like
This
love
guy-
from the past die though? That's why.
No, he thought she did. But
She
remember, she's
lived.
one of the main villains.
Gargoyles started off as a movie that became a show, and if you bought the VHS, it came with a board game.
Mhm.
It's like a lot of work.
I
It
got
was.
the comics. Spent over like $200 for him.
Ghostbusters Extreme was another
Bullshit.
show that was a continuation of the original movies.
Mhm.
Yes.
It was. The Extreme Ghostbusters.
I watched a pup named Scooby Doo and the original
Yeah,
Scooby Doo,
and that was done by
13
Todd
Ghosts.
Ruger. Worked on it too.
Yeah, I think he was a writer though. He talked about that
Yeah.
briefly. He said he was like a writer for like an episode or two.
Yeah.
Pup named Scooby Doo.
There was. I want to go back to fuck Sky. I just want to say this one more time. Fuck Skyrim. So sick of fucking Skyrim.
Just to spite you, it'll come out on PS5 and Xbox Series.
No, they already announced it for PS5.
That's right, and it's its 10th anniversary next year.
They have it on Alexa as well. Alexa
Game of the year.
No, because it did win Game of the Year. It beat Batman Arkham
Yeah.
City, and I
Yeah, in
was
2011.
pissed because
Yeah,
Batman
this
Arkham
year.
City was a much better game.
What you thought of Arkham Origins?
I never got to finish it.
What about Arkham Knight?
I never got to finish that one either. You mean World of
about
Tanks?
Arkham.
I finished Arkham Asylum. I finished Arkham City. I started playing Arkham Origins, but I never. It didn't feel right. Like they changed a lot of the gameplay, and then Arkham Knight, I never got to finish it because somebody broke my fucking physical copy of the game.
Bananas.
Beetleborgs did not age well.
Beetleborgs did
You
not.
did VR Troopers.
Cockroaches.
VR
I
Troopers.
didn't watch that one either.
Not good. I like Beetleborgs, and I didn't realize that it was one of those things where they
Garbage,
took clips. It was garbage.
It's one of those
So they-
things that you enjoyed it as a kid, but as an adult,
Right,
you're like,
but
"Ugh."
as yeah, which
This
is funny
is
because like Power Rangers is like I don't know. I guess maybe we just tolerate it better, but like
It did not
Beetleborgs
age
is
well
just-
either. It's a
It
lot of
didn't either,
posing.
but it's like we still. But like I said, we tolerate that one better than we do Beetleborgs.
Okay, we tolerate
And,
Power Rangers season 1. Season 2 for Power Rangers was not tolerated. You watch it,
Kinda, yeah.
it sucks. Like, it's one scene where they're like posing and talking, and then they throw a weapon, and then they just show the monster like jump. They don't
Yeah.
actually show any like physical contact.
They're running out of film from Japan.
Well, again, remember season 2? The only thing they kept was the Zords. They didn't
And the
really
White
take
Ranger.
a lot of monster. And the White Ranger, they didn't take any of the actual like suits.
And you know why they fucking did that? Merchandising.
Right.
They were afraid that changing the Power Rangers would like fuck up their toy sales.
Sure.
Like Ina Smash had put Beetleborgs was based off that Japanese
Yes.
tokusatsu series, and
I
they
think
had
they were
to
called Metal
change
Heroes or
it.
some shit like that.
The first season was all the one style, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
they had to
They
go
did
find
the Tots.
another show that
Uh,
also had
Yeah.
beast
Slight,
creatures.
yeah.
Yeah.
Slight breaking news: they announced a new Mass Effect is coming out.
Ugh.
Oh, and also a
They already
little.
announced that before.
Yeah,
Like, that's
that-
They confirmed it now. it says Mass Effect will return. Will continue. I was like, okay.
that's a shame.
remember that
Yep.
game that nobody likes? Yeah, it's getting a sequel.
But wait,
Yep.
there's more.
Y'all remember
Yeah.
Samurai Pizza Cats?
No.
I remember it being a thing. I didn't watch it.
Remember Saban's take on Ninja Turtles that
Yeah.
did really shitty?
I liked it. I like the villain.
You're not supposed to bring it up when you talk to what's his face.
No, I
Eastman.
understand. Yeah, you don't bring it up to Eastman, but I liked it. It had Kirby Morrow in it. It had who the fuck else? Carlos.
Rest in peace,
Can't say his
Kirby
last
Morrow.
name. Rest in peace. Carlos, what's his name? Because he played Kiro in Card Captors and Carlos in Transformers and Ironhide and Transformers Energon and who the fuck else? And he's in the new reboot Animaniacs as like random peoples.
Oh, Carlos Alzaraki.
Thank you. I can't say his name.
Oh, he voices Rocco in Rocco's Modern Life. Probably.
That too. Yeah. So that was Raphael.
I think it was
You're talking about the
interesting.
live action show?
Yes. And they
That's
actually
the female turtle, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
got
Venus.
yeah, it had
Yeah,
Venus
and she
in
even
it.
had like
I liked Venus. I thought
I
she
thought
was
she had
pretty.
the fucking boob-shaped shell.
Yeah,
That was weird.
Yeah. I still thought she was cool. What else? But yeah, they also have They also have Scott McNeil in real life. He's one of the villains. He's that
What really sucked about
Steel.
Next Mutation was the way Shredder looked, was how
Agreed.
they nerfed Shredder, and then
Yeah,
they had
true.
2 foot ninjas. They were like Bulk and Skull.
touche. But I like the Dragon Lord. He was my favorite.
Yeah, the dragon dude that looked like they had recycled one of the costumes from Power Rangers.
Probably.
And then there was
But
the
I still liked
fucking
him.
there was the Power Rangers episode called Forever Red, where the villains are just the Beetleborg costumes recycled.
Repainted, yeah. Yeah.
They didn't even repaint them. They just fucking.
They did. They just like put them on. But no, like, and then there was the In Space episode with the Ninja Turtles, and they didn't even have like the real voice actors. It was like, I remember watching that being like, they don't sound like they normally do. And they're both owned by Saban. How the fuck did this happen?
Budget
Like he
issues.
cuts corners any way he can.
Touche. What the
Like,
fuck else?
yeah, like the Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, like, thought that they didn't exist. Like, oh, I thought you were fake. Like, you weren't just in comics.
Yeah.
I like how they mention that. Like, why? Who's making these comics of the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers?
Power Rangers. And how are you getting them?
Saban.
Saban.
Right.
Saban.
They even reference Batman in an episode of Power Rangers, like he
Yeah.
existed or something. Like, what the fuck?
Then years later, you had that crossover with Batman.
Touche.
They do have a crossover with the Justice
Each
League.
of them do, right? Don't they each have one?
Uh,
Like the Power Rangers have one and the Ninja Turtles have one? I know the Ninja Turtles.
Power Rangers had one with Batman. Yeah.
And so do the Ninja Turtles. They have a crossover with Batman. So,
but the Ninja Turtles crossover was only with Batman, to where the Power Rangers, they crossed over with the Justice League.
right.
And there's a fucking panel where Alpha punches the shit out of Brainiac.
Love it. I need that book. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't mind it. I tolerated it as a kid. I kind of
I watched
still tolerate
every
it.
episode.
I still I have like the complete series
don't
of
go
the
that
Next
far.
Mutation. I still like it.
It's not that long.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the best thing. I get it, but
No. When
I
you
like
say
it.
you have the complete series, I'm like, it's not that long of a series.
Yeah,
I
it's-
have three
yeah, it's only-
DVDs.
I think it's only 2. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
it's
total
only-
of 13
it's only 2.
episodes.
It only
Um,
lasted one season.
But there's actually another like famous TV star. I can't remember her name, but she was actually in an episode of Next Mutation. And I was
Also,
like,
a lot of people
What?
miss
What?
this in Next
Yeah.
Mutation, but they confirmed in Next Mutation, and like when they meet Venus de Milo,
oh, they're not siblings.
yeah, he
Yeah,
tells her that they're not brothers at all.
yeah, they're just.
Four
Dude, y'all
fucking
just a
turtles.
bunch of fucked up turtles.
Yeah.
I found you in the
Right.
sewer. You could be related, you could not. I don't know.
Yeah, like we're just all taken in and we live together, but we're not like genetically siblings. Yeah.
That's right, people writing fan fiction. It's not incest if they're not related.
It's so weird because like they have all their vehicles just come out of a fucking sewer, and it's not like hidden or
Yeah.
anything. It's just there.
Right.
Massive pipe. Just-
I like how they keep. There's always that one clip of that one time where Raphael's motorcycle, like the muffler pops off, and then Mikey's always making jokes about it, like, "What's it stuck to? Bubble gum?" And it's like, can't believe you guys allowed that to go. You couldn't make sure that thing was stuck on there.
The fact that it still ran was,
Yeah.
I don't know that much about fucking. I'm not a mechanic or anything.
Me neither.
around the world. Thank you for joining us.
All right, they just breaking news. The game of the year was announced.
Crash
Last
4?
of Us- I wish, right?
Maneater.
The Last of Us Part 2.
I called it.
Cause right?
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Anyway.
Man-Eater should have won.
No, I knew Man-Eater was going to win, but
Crash 4.
this one should have won. I heard this one's
Should have been
amazing.
the cash in.
Money in the Bank.
Dang it, there
good.
was a set
Look,
of shows.
look at this is fucked up. So I opened this up and look what's in it.
Oh, just to remind you, hey, play this game too.
You can't escape us, Goku. We
Yeah, the
are
game
everywhere.
in Yusmasha, yes, the Game Awards was on. It started around 6:00. They started off by announcing Sephiroth will be in Smash.
So it's only Sephiroth. I don't know.
Master of the selfie stick.
Oh,
Jesus
now
Christ.
Black Sonic's on Discord. Anyway, what else was there?
Actually, we're running out. We got 10 minutes left.
That's fine. There was a show. I don't know if y'all remember it. It was like maybe the early 2000s. Fuck, what is it called?
I don't
Starts with a G. It starts with a G, and it's about this kid, and he goes into like a whole nother like dimension with his friend, and he's got the ability to like turn various body parts into like weapons and stuff, and then all the little creatures that are there, they can like swap body parts as well.
Was it like Eon Kid or something?
No, it's not Eon Kid. It was
Get
before
that.
Eon Kid. What?
Get Ed? No.
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 Starts with a G.
Yeah, so who's he?
Well, while y'all try to figure it out, have you ever heard of a show called Land of the Lost?
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember the movie with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, they're not even related. They're like this. I was wondering if I had imagined that fucking shit. Like, did I imagine that? Did I make that up in my mind?
What do you
The
remember?
movie?
The Last of Us. I mean,
I
not
remember the
the
name.
Land of the Lost. where
The Last of Us.
I know, that
But Will
shit-
Ferrell. Imagine Will Ferrell playing.
I'm like, didn't they live like in a treehouse, like in an area covered in dinosaurs, and they had to like travel through the dimension to get back home? That's Land of the Lost. That's what I remember.
Lost, no.
It was
Can you
probably
repeat
a
the
show they tried to
Repeat it
watch.
What's
again?
the G show?
It's called Land of the Lost, the one that I was talking about.
Yeah, that's what that's
SJ.
it.
It's called Galador.
Galador. Oh.
Sonic
All I
doesn't.
remember.
Black Sonic doesn't look happy in the comment section.
Was it an
Yeah,
isekai? They could get transported to another thing.
Oh, I don't know. It's like you're the chosen one. Like apparently his parents were actually from the other dimension or whatever, and it was like really garbagey, like CGI stuff. And they had this little transport thing. They called it an egg, but it's like it didn't really look like an egg. What
Okay,
else was there?
I didn't imagine it. Okay, so the 90s show that I remember was a reboot of the 70s show.
Yeah.
I remember the 90s a little bit.
There was a show called Land of the Lost where
Yeah.
this family
Oh.
travels through the
Yeah.
the dimensional rift, and they're trying to get back, and it's kind of like a Gilligan's Island scenario, but
Oh,
with dinosaurs.
Here on Gilligan's Island.
I think, yeah, it's more like
might
Lost. It's
remember
more
that.
comparable to Lost,
Yeah.
but the show actually makes sense.
Okay.
They have
There was
coconut technology.
there was another show I remember from the 90s. It was like almost based on Peter Pan, but I think it was made in like either Australia or New Zealand because the main characters had Aussie
I'm so
accents.
glad Sonic said Hook because I was thinking Hook.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a movie. It was a series. It was an actual live action series, and I'm
Good day, I'm
not
Peter Pan.
not quite Peter Pan. It was these kids are like they got sucked into like a video game, and it's a pirate video game.
Oh.
Reboot?
I remember- No,
it's
it's not Reboot.
No, the name of the show is called Reboot.
It's not Reboot. I don't think it's
But
Reboot.
anybody remember
Reboot.
that?
Yeah,
Vaguely, I do want to rewatch it.
Killed the main character.
Wait.
But no, yeah, it was like live action, and I just remember like one scene in particular very vividly. It was like they had some. It was about like they think their way out is this remote, and they're trying to charge their batteries, so they leave them out in the sun.
Did they
Black Sonic. Okay, so
gonna
during the Game Awards, they announced a sequel to Ark Survival Evolved, and the main character is Vin Diesel. He's played by Vin Diesel, and then he wrote, "Can't wait to play The Past and the Furious, starring Vin Fossil Fuel."
Nice.
I was gonna ask, didn't Reboot get like a new series?
No,
They didn't reboot it.
they were thinking of doing it. but-
Reboot doesn't get a reboot.
Because
so
they're
SWAT Cats was going to get a revival, but then Warner Brothers said no.
there's a storyline in Reboot they never explored. Like, I don't know if y'all watched the show,
I remember.
but when
I
they were
don't
looking
remember.
for Bob, they run into another Guardian, and he talks about like how this individual is infecting all the Guardians, and that's why they have like this like glowy shit on their face. And Bob even had it at one point.
I don't remember actually watching the show. I remember the show obviously, but I don't remember actually
remember-
watching it.
Bob looked goofy as shit, but then he comes back all badass.
They all look
Right.
not very good.
Well,
But
also this was like the early.
What was the kid's name? Was it Enzo? Was the kid's name Enzo? He like they thought he died, and he comes back like as an adult. He's all like badass looking and missing.
Yeah, he got the
an eye.
time skip bonus of leveling up a bunch.
I was gonna say, didn't we just say like most of us don't remember actually watching the show?
Well, no, like I remember in
I had
reboots.
concussions since then.
I remember in reboots, the kid is still alive, and he gets a time skip, and he gets all matured and badass.
Yeah.
But then when they beat the main villain, he gets so there's two of him now because the computer thought he was dead, so it brought him back to life. And it's like, oh shit, what the fuck? Why am I a kid and whatever? It was kind of weird, but yeah. Reboot got a. Oh, that's right. That's what it got. Reboot got a Netflix live action thing. It's meh.
It's a CG cartoon show.
It's tied to the CG show, and it's with it's a
1994.
continuation, but it's not a reboot, but it's called Reboot.
Okay.
Just entirely. I'd like to see a reboot of Reboot with like good graphics
Yeah.
and see how they would do it.
So
But then like have an
Was-
episode where they all have the shitty graphics. It's like, man, we looked like shit back then.
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
crazy because
CGI does not age well.
did Reboot take place in a single day in real time? Because they referenced that a second was like an hour for them or something like that.
Mm.
Don't remember their
Nobody fucking
plot?
remembers Reboot.
because
Yeah,
like
I
they
wanna give
played
you
a game
Let's
every
rewatch it.
time.
Yeah, that was like almost every episode, but it had a really interesting storyline.
Yeah. There are a lot of shows that actually had really good storylines and they just never got finished.
They didn't
I
sell
don't
enough
know
toys.
if Reboot really kickstarted the CGI revolution.
Depends when it got started.
it was
'cause
more like
I think it was Beast Wars.
No, it was also Toy Story was like the big thing, and then like now
Well,
they
Well,
weren't.
technically, if you
Movie-wise.
really want to get technical,
Well-
it was Tron.
Tron, yeah, Tron was the one, and then
At the
But
time,
again,
Tron
movie
was...
wise. But again, you're talking like movies. I think you're
We're talking about in
separating-
general.
For show wise, yeah, Beast Wars and Reboot
Yeah.
probably were the
Beast Wars and reboots were. Yeah.
Isn't
Beast Wars and
Reboot
Reboot-
older than Beast Wars?
I don't know exactly.
yeah, Beast Wars came out like
93.
around 90. 90? I thought that was 96.
93, I think.
Okay, because Reboot came out around 94.
Reboot takes place in Beast Wars. Changed my mind.
Hey,
Give me a
random thought
Here.
though. Wanna give y'all thoughts on the tweet someone wrote. Anyone saying there's too much Star Wars content was never made fun of and bullied for liking Star Wars. Shoot it directly into my veins. The nerds have won because Disney announced like a shit ton of like
Yeah,
Star
yeah.
There's
Wars.
an Ahsoka series coming out
Yeah. Hayden Christensen coming back as Darth Vader.
Okay,
for-
so
Oh,
it says
okay.
right here that Beast Machines, or was it...
No,
Which one is first? Beast
Beast
Machines? Or,
Wars.
okay.
Beast Wars, then Machines.
It's
Oh,
so
Beast Wars
fucking-
is 96.
Yeah, no,
My
so
bad.
Beast
when's
Wars
Reboot?
is September 16, 1996, and Reboot was September 7, 1994. So it was 2 years.
Okay, Reboot came first then. Okay. My mistake.
No, we didn't know. That's why we checked.
Yeah. I thought it was the other way around, but okay.
CG
So it's Reboot
was
first then.
Jurassic Park movie-wise. Some people forget that Steve Jobs was an executive producer on Toy Story 1. Jobs had strong ties to Pixar.
he has strong ties to Pixar because he joined after he got fired from Apple.
But I think when it comes to CGI, it's really Tron, because Tron,
Tron,
was...
'cause Tron.
Tron was the first, like, everyone made a big, I remember everyone made a big deal out of it in middle school, because when we were taking the computer programming classes, they were talking about how Tron was the first mostly computer generated graphic movie at the time, and it was all inspiring because like something like that had never been done before. Because even Star Wars is not CGI, it's, what is it called, practical effects, where they
Yeah.
built the scale. They use a lot of figurines for the scales, and they would
Yeah.
blow them up. So it was such a big deal. Damn, we could have talked about Tron the whole fucking episode. But I think when you really think about sci-fi, it's really Star Trek, and then it's Star Wars that really kickstarted the
Yeah.
whole sci-fi
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for Star Trek, they did they filmed their ships in a similar way that Star Wars did, but they always filmed the ship upside down, and they scanned over it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the shots for Star Trek are usually from like a bottom up view from going underneath. So they just put the ship upside down and filmed it that way.
That makes sense. But I wonder,
Thank
how
you.
did the whole Star Trek versus Star Wars fight start?
They
Yeah.
both have star in the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
And nerds hate other nerds.
It's like that. It's like that robot chicken episode where they go to it's at a convention and they all start this like giant like fight.
Right. No, but like, how do you mix the two? You got one where the character has like a speech pattern impediment, and the other one who needs a fucking inhaler.
And one of the big things is like, who would win in a fight between like this ship and this ship? It's like, well, the answer's simple. Star Trek teleports things. Star Wars does not.
Well, no. Okay. Are we okay? So who would win in a fight now? Darth Vader would.
All the Star
Because-
Trek needs to do is just teleport
No,
a
because
bomb on Star Wars.
comic book Darth Vader is like on a whole different fucking scale.
Yeah, but one guy won't destroy an entire fleet
Darth,
by himself.
no, but these motherfuckers control black holes and shit. Like, they are like, even Obi-Wan could like control a fucking. How the fuck do you control a black hole?
Through the Force.
Through fucking made up religious magic. That's how.
Well, this would be the fight between the ships and not like an individual with magic powers.
Well, no. Like, because the Jedi are the people that know how to use the Force in the comic books, because the fucking movies don't do how strong these characters are justice like they do in the fucking comics. In the comics, he gets surrounded by like 100 fucking rebel soldiers and like, surrender, Vader. You're surrounded by 100 men. He's like, oh no, I'm surrounded by 100 dead men. And he murders every single one.
You've put me in a target-rich environment.
He moves
You
so
poor
fucking
suckers.
fast that he could dodge lasers.
I mean, does he need to dodge him? Like, he could just probably stand there and
No,
tank
yeah, there's
it.
one where he can there was this like a fucking battleship cruiser, and I don't know who did. I think it was Obi-Wan or it was Darth Vader, but they stop it with the fucking Force and then they bring it out of fucking orbit. I'm like, what the fuck? Really?
Space
You're gonna
wizards.
do that shit? This shit doesn't make any sense. That's why nobody fucking likes Star Wars. I mean, people like Star Wars, but they don't like the new Star Wars. Like, they are insanely strong. That's like some Superman bullshit, dude. Calm down, Vin Diesel. Calm down.
Family.
Are they gonna? I swear to God, if I buy Arc 2 and they're gonna reference family and cars and fossil fuels, I'm gonna be pissed.
Family.
These dinos are family. I don't know. I'm disappointed with next year's video games.
Oh, it's been a hell
Cyberpunk,
of
by
a
the way,
year.
for those of you that don't realize, Cyberpunk 77 came out,
Yeah.
and right now it looks really rough on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox.
On base PS4 and Xbox One.
Super Saiyan PlayStation.
You need the PS5.
You can't go base PlayStation. You gotta go up.
By the way, don't for this holiday season, if you're gonna be one of those individuals that buy a PlayStation or an Xbox Series X from a scalper, don't do it, because there's a lot of consoles that are being bricked. A lot of the consoles are being reported as stolen, and Sony is bricking them, and they become useless, and there's nothing they can do about it. This
Yeah,
has
be
already
careful.
happened to a couple people. Nobody that we know. Nobody that we
Like,
know.
had that happen to you?
No. They were talking about it on YouTube.
I saw that too.
Rick from Review Tech USA was talking about people buying the consoles for like $1,200 and then the console's bricked. You can't even play the console offline.
You have a very expensive paperweight.
Paperweight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gotta go find some paper.
Or that one dude whose wife sold the console because he lied to her and told there was an air purifier.
That was funny.
I feel bad for that guy. The guy probably divorced his wife.
It does look kind of like an air purifier.
Looks like an internet guy.
It's a binder.
That's where I keep my Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
All right,
Put
guys.
it-
We want to thank SJ and Jace for joining us today for their final episode for the year until 2022, because Megalodon.
Yes.
22?
Because Megalodon.
Just gonna skip all 2021.
Yeah, we're gonna skip
We've been
all 2021.
canceled. You
We've been
can't cancel us. We're
We've
proud
been
members of this family.
Anime
Yeah.
Dallas is canceling us because we didn't agree with them.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag Goku's over.
If you don't think I'll go fight a nerd, I will.
There you go.
I know. We'll be back in about a month.
January.
In January. But we'll still post content and memes and shit.
3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
also-
actually in 4 weeks.
Actually, if anything, you could give us like suggestions on like what do you want us to do next season?
I'm trying to
All the viewers
go,
out there.
and I'm going ahead and going through my Rolodex again to see what new guests I can scrounge up.
Ooh.
We're gonna have a new
Big
format.
Rolodex.
It's gonna be a new schedule next season, so we'll definitely keep everybody up to date, like with the new schedule. It's definitely
SJ
not
will
gonna be 5
eventually show
days.
us the house.
It's not going to be 5 days anymore. There might be even some episodes that are pre-recorded, and we're going to be on different formats now. We're not just going to be on Facebook and YouTube. I'm applying for Spotify and I'm reapplying for Pornhub. So
We'll get it eventually.
we'll get it. We might
guys,
even have
no
to
more
change
sleeves.
our format. It's like definitely
I got
we're
it.
going to probably drop Zoom in OBS and just stick with Restream because they have their own streaming tools that we can use. And me and
Stuff
Sonic
that's
tested it
correct.
out, and it actually works pretty well.
Yeah, it does.
And the beauty of that is that other people can use the tools by going to the Restream website, and I don't have to be here in case anything happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like last week. But whatever. All right, guys. Thanks for watching us. Make sure you subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow. Me and Sonic hopefully will be back tomorrow. But thanks to everyone else. I don't feel good, so I'm gonna go to bed because I feel tired and I'm getting a headache.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Alrighty. Bye. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Strongest of T-pose.